From a way to get end portal frames to minecarts floating on water, here are 687 super secret Minecraft things you probably didn't know. Use this secret arrow trick to fly long distances without an elytra or even a slow fall potion. All you need is a bow and arrow with the punch to enchantment. Shoot the lightest shot you can while running or jumping, and the arrow will hit you, launching you forward. This wall is watching you, or at least it looks that way. You can put a dispenser behind the mangrove trapdoor, and a sense of depth creates this optical illusion that the wall is watching you wherever you go. Baby piglins will never become adults, so trap a few and you've got yourself a permanent team of gold-stealing miscreants. Make sure they don't steal your gold too. If you're dealing with slime blocks, just crouch. If you enchant your leggings with Swift Sneak 3, you'll actually go even faster than if you were to just walk on the slime blocks. Fences work great to hold in animals, so this genius hack uses trapdoors to trap creatures without you having to work at all. Mobs don't realize that you can hop over a trapdoor on both sides, and so once they've hopped over one side, they can't go back, getting stuck in your perfect little pen. Upside down buildings and trees are great fun, but this lets you have animals there too. Use the Dinnerbone name tag trick on an animal and leash them to a post 5 blocks above the upside down door, and they'll stand on that floor just like the other decoration. I've found the legendary sword in the stone, Excalibur! Just dispense an armor stand, build stone above it, and put a lightning rod on that. Use a piston to push it down twice into the stand. And now the rod and stand are sticking out of the rock like a sword. Now if I pull it out, I shall be king of Minecraft! You can make working cannons. This hack is built on a wooden frame like a real cannon. It has a stone body leading up to a dispenser and observer. Fill it with fire charges and you can defend the castle with fire! I'm the real king of Minecraft! Ever wanted to play soccer in Minecraft? Make goalposts with quartz and make the net with spider webs. And you can make this even better by using a command to import a soccer ball using a Minecraft head. Unfortunately, you can't kick this ball. This game is gonna take a while. Let's be honest, the mob vote is not great nowadays. Sure, back in 2016 it seemed cool, but now just about everyone is upset that their favorite mob did not get added. And because of this, these are the mobs we will never get to see in Minecraft. Meerkats, ostriches, vultures, moo blooms, iceologers, glares, copper golems, rascals, tough golems. All of these would have been amazing additions to the game, but Mojang can only add one. Rest in peace, mob vote losers. Blazers have become a really easy mob to defeat since the addition of shields. Shields made blazers weak against your defenses. However, all the way back before mob votes even existed, we would meet Mob D. Yes, that is the only name it ever got. Mob D would have been very similar to a blaze, but with shields surrounding it to make it just a little bit more challenging than regular blazes. This would have not only made the game more challenging, but diversified the nether mob ecosystem a bit better than it currently is. Minecraft's newest update, the Trails and Tales update, is yet to come out as of the time of writing. However, they missed such a huge opportunity to add these next mobs into the game. Let's start with the Key Golem, a small passive mob that you could have protected throughout your trial in order to unlock the door at the end. Next up is the Redstone Monstrosity, a truly terrifying boss that could have given the trial chambers a unique boss to battle against. And finally, the Squall Golem, a mob that would have been challenging to defeat but could have dropped some really useful items for your trial. If only Mojang added the Minecraft Dungeons mob to Minecraft, the game would be so much better. World generation is very different between Bedrock and Java Edition. However, Bedrock Edition has an entirely exclusive item. This is the Jigsaw block, a block that you cannot obtain naturally in Bedrock Edition, but it exists nonetheless. This block is responsible for the generation of structures like villages and pillager outposts. All this power in my hand! I desperately need to find a way to hide all of my diamonds. I keep seeing the villagers eyeing them up, so I will use the next exclusive feature to do just that. In Minecraft Bedrock Edition, it is actually possible to move functional blocks like the chest, hopper, furnaces, and even a brewing stand by using pistons. This will make hiding my valuables so much easier. I swear this next feature did at one point exist in Java Edition, but I could be entirely wrong. In Minecraft Bedrock Edition, it is actually possible to craft a cobweb into 9 string. This makes those annoying cave spider spawners far better for gathering string than even the spider themselves. So next time you find yourself one of these spawners, be sure to grab all the cobwebs, but make sure not to get stuck in one. Ah, get away from me! I have just sheared all of my sheep, but now I cannot figure out which of them I have dyed and which one of them I have not. This is so frustrating! Well, in Bedrock Edition, the sheep will actually retain their wool color after they have been sheared, meaning you'll be able to see the pink color underneath their skin. This is much nicer. Use powdered snow to wall jump your way up a cliff. This works great in the Nether, where water isn't available to scale cliffs. So have a bucket of powdered snow ready. You can place the snow against the wall, hop off it, and mid-jump you can scoop it back into a bucket, and then place it again higher up. Keep going until you reach the top. If you need to find lush caves, look for azalea trees. These trees are easy to spot, with their weird windswept look, and they indicate that there is a lush cave directly below. So get digging! You don't need a furnace or smoker to cook your food, not anymore at least. As with a campfire, you can cook 4 pieces of food at once, basically for free. Put a hay bale underneath the campfire to give it a smoky flavor. Item duping has been a huge issue in Minecraft since day one. No matter what Mojang does, they just can't fix it. However, in the current version, this feels way too easy. Simply place a chest and save and close your game. Reopen the world and instantly open your chest and put everything in before closing your game with Shift and Escape. Open up Task Manager and close Minecraft. Reload the game and you have all your duplicated items. I'm rich! Breathing underwater is impossible unless you have a helmet with respiration. But what if you wanted to explore a submerged cave and did not have this enchantment? Well, why don't you just make a bucket? Since if you swim forwards and just keep clicking with the bucket, your oxygen should not go down. Take that, Mojang! The Farlands have become an iconic part of Minecraft's history, and now Mojang wants you to forget they ever existed due to how they were actually an accidental bug. The way this worked would be that eventually the world would stop generating chunks, and therefore the chunks would try to generate themselves and would cause the area to completely bug out. Who doesn't want a rocket launcher? This would easily be both one of the best and also one of the least likely features to ever come to the game. Thankfully, the level of coding in Minecraft commands is so good that you can make a rocket launcher in Minecraft. By running this command, you can turn this boring old crossbow into a literal bazooka. This makes running around and shooting your friends with a crossbow way more interesting. We all have that one friend in Minecraft who never wants to PvP and instead just wants to make a giant farm. Boring! Well, if you have had enough of this friend, then you should try this technique to not only ruin your friend's farm, but also potentially crash the Minecraft server. By building a huge platform in the sky, you can spawn loads of mobs. When you then break this platform, all the mobs will fall to the ground, causing both the wheat and seeds to pop up into the air, which causes an immense amount of lag. If your friend's farm is big enough, then you will be able to destroy all of his crops. Try escaping these impossible endless stairs! I've been running for 4 hours and I'm still going up. This illegal illusion was first made by MC Escher, and the trick is perspective. The stairs aren't connected at all, so don't try walking these stairs or you'll fall right off! The flat ground is coming to get me! Look down from above and move away from it, and you'll see the hypnotic way these boxes of black and white create a weird and warped illusion. The flat ground tricks your brain that it's rising up as a hill. It tricks you into anything, and next thing you know, you're attacking your friend's pet dogs. Oh god, what have I done? Just kidding. I enjoyed that. What could be more impossible than true circles in Minecraft? Thin black and white lines on the outside and thicker ones closer to the center causes a strange visual confusion. From above, the patterned floor makes you think you're actually looking at a perfect circle in the center. The circle breaks the very rules of Minecraft's whole reality. Don't tell Mojang. I don't want to be banned. Have you ever wanted a house that your friends will never find? Well, thanks to the giant mushroom, you can hide your entire base within this small mushroom, and then everyone will just stroll on by and would never know you were there. The perfect hiding spot. And if you are lucky enough to find the mushroom island, it is completely mob-proof too. My garage in Minecraft is very, empty. However, thanks to this build hack, I can create a car within my garage. Unfortunately, it is a little bit expensive to do. Simply use slabs, a minecart, and some signs, and you can create the body of your car. The best block to finish off the wheels is definitely the wither skull. Sheesh, time to go gathering, I guess. This next build hack breaks the golden rule in Minecraft, using stairs for your roof. However, you should be using walls instead. It makes this really interesting and different style to your roof. Despite everyone using stairs for the past 10 years, I may consider giving this a go. Have you ever wanted to build a lovely little carnival in your world, but every time you try and build a balloon, it comes out looking weird? Well then, you need this build hack. By using a piece of wool, you can do this. Place one wool on top of a fence, and then attach a lead to said fence post. If you then go underground and trap some piggies covered by a block, you can build bunches of balloons connected to the ground. Just make sure you turn off enough animal noises, as it can get pretty loud. Sometimes you want a ladder that you are not always accidentally climbing every time you walk past it. Well, look no further than this build hack, since you can actually create a working ladder just by using trapdoors. Simply place the trapdoors on top of each other, and then you just stand in the right spots and then jump and right-click. And then when you are not using it, the ladder is nice and tucked away. Automatic tree farms are really expensive to build in survival, and some people just do not have the will to go out of their way to find all of the materials. Luckily, there is actually an incredibly cheap alternative to this that just requires some manual mining. A semi-automatic tree farm will pick up any items that you do not pick up, and as the tree deteriorates, it will also pick up those items, meaning your precious apples do not go to waste. Only noobs use ladders to climb. Real pros use honey blocks instead. If you place water between honey blocks like this, you can climb up much faster than any ladder. Honey block 1, ladder 0. Are you tired of dealing with TNT at the bottom of desert temples? Well, you're missing out on how useful it actually is. By being sneaky enough and avoiding the pressure plate, you can dig straight down to the TNT and make it blow up. This instantly breaks all the chests and saves you tons of precious time. If you're tired of X-rayers stealing items, you'll love this one. When placing down a chest, surround it with a low-tier ore like coal. This makes it so that anyone who wants to grief you is never gonna find your treasures. The biggest problem with boats is that they are incredibly slow. That's why I use dolphins. Wait, let me explain. Usually, boats can only cover a few blocks per second at most. But by using a lead to attach yourself to a dolphin, you can cover nearly 40 blocks a second. This is a huge help in locating ocean monuments and shipwrecks, since you don't have to deal with the barely see-through water surface. Not only that, you can now become an Olympic dolphin rider too. Do your friends love jumping from high places into water? Replace the water with blue-tinted glass. From afar, it looks identical. You're just hilarious watching the server owner fall to their death because of it. Until you get banned, of course. To face new players with the curse of binding. If you put a dispenser and a pressure plate at world spawn, any new player will activate it when they spawn. Fill it with Pumpkin's curse with binding so they can't take it off. It's an awful welcome for new players that the server owner will despise. Most servers hate spam, and even Mojang have rules against it. But what if you just love Minecraft Story Mode a whole lot? Type out the whole script for Minecraft Story Mode into chat and see how long it takes for people to ban you for spamming. Bedrock is one of the only unbreakable blocks in Minecraft that can be found anywhere, but breaking it is actually quite simple. First, you need 2 TNT blocks, 1 obsidian, 2 pistons, 1 lever, and a trapdoor. Grab some nearby blocks and then place the blocks like this. Get near the trapdoor and click the lever. This should put you under the trapdoor. This will activate the piston and the TNT as well. You need to be looking at the corner of the obsidian block and start spamming with your piston. When the TNT explodes, you will place the piston and that will break the bedrock, or you'll explode. Enchanted books are a challenge to find if you have no villages nearby. But did you know that different biomes have different chances to find these books? If you have a Badlands biome in 1.20, you will actually have better luck at finding these books. You have a 0.8% chance of finding these books without any enhancements. But in the Mesa, this goes up to 1.2%. We all know that spiders can scale walls like it's nothing. But why exactly can they do it? Well, Mojang decided they wanted to be realistic and purposefully coded spiders to treat the side of any block they collide with like a ladder. This does make building spider farms much harder, but I wonder if I can use slabs instead. Bedrock should be given an award for the world's buggiest mess, and understandably so. You've never noticed that there is a very small chance that if you use a weapon with the knockback enchantment, it will actually stack up. Wait, does this mean I can get knockback 1000? Jockeys have remained one of the most unbelievable mobs to exist, and for a long time, the chicken jockey with a 1.9912E 33% chance to spawn was thought to be the rarest version, even compared to the mushroom jockey and spider jockey. However, this Reddit user managed to discover a much rarer variation of the chicken jockey with a spawn rate of 4.3797E 75%. But Mallow, what's the difference between the two? Well, duh. One of them is left-handed and can even pick items up. I bet you wouldn't believe me if I told you that it's possible to loot ocean monuments without even entering them. Mark the spots I'm showing you on these pyramid-like structures that are on the outside of the monument. You can pick either side, and all you have to do is place down a door and dig the block under you. If you see dark prismarine, congratulations, because you've just hit the jackpot! This makes finding gold a million times easier. I'm embarrassed to tell you the sheer amount of time I've spent looking for buried treasure with maps. That was until I found out about this trick. Once you're in the chunk the treasure is located in, press F3 plus G, and look at these numbers, which are the sub-chunk coordinates. Make sure that the first and last digits are 9 and 9. After that, dig straight down, and you've got yourself the easiest loot of your life. Most people think that when breaking melons in Minecraft, you should use an axe, but this is actually not true. While yes, it is true that axes are the best tool for breaking a pumpkin when it comes to breaking melons, you should actually use a sword instead. I suppose it is the closest thing to a chopping knife in Minecraft. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Enderman noises are really creepy, but don't worry, as this Minecraft secret will make them far less creepy. The Enderman voices are actually just humans saying hello and what's up, but being played backwards and distorted, making them far less terrifying. Well, for the player. For me, look, I'm more terrified. Flower picking is nobody's favorite pastime, but did you know that red flowers are actually considerably rarer than yellow flowers? If you have not already noticed, flowers spawn way too much, so you will never actually see this fact in action. Climbing ladders is a very tiring job, but imagine how much more tiring it would be if you did not have any arms. Well, at one point, creepers were actually able to climb up ladders, and it looked hilarious. Stock up on boats so you can cross any body of lava, including lava columns. If you put a boat into the lava, you have a split second to jump off it before it breaks. Leap forward and put another boat down to continue across the lava, until finally, you reach your friend's base. Did you know you can actually do a super jump with just a flint and steel? Set fire to a block and jump into the fire. Jump again as you take damage, and the impact will propel you a little higher, letting you jump 2 and sometimes 3 blocks high. No fence can stand in your way. Disguise yourself in deceptive Minecraft skins. Some of these are banned in many servers, but if you dress to look like the blocks the base is made of, you can blend in and sneak in behind your friends as they walk through the front door. The piglins! They won't stop shouting! It's all I can hear! Maybe I should put this gold away, because it turns out that if there's gold that the piglins can't reach, they'll just shout and yell over and over, waiting for someone to finally pick up the gold. I can't see this as anything but a trap. It looks totally normal, but this bed is on scaffolding. You'd think that would work, but there's actually a bug that causes the game to think you don't have a bed at all. When you die, you'll end up at the original spawn. Squids are weird and don't behave like other mobs. They don't have a way to rotate. That means no dinner bone and no death animation where they turn on their back. Do they even have a back? Squid are weird. I'm staying clear of them. I can't see the way arrows stick into you. They don't actually work based on where you got hit. The game has already decided where the arrows will stick out of you. You can tell because when bees sting you and arrows hit you, they can end up in the exact same space. It seems impossible for witches to drink those potions with such big noses covering their mouths. They actually have a secret animation that lifts it up out of the way. You can even see their little mouth that's normally hidden. Now what a beautiful smile. Care for another drink? Ow! Everyone knows you can kill a blaze with snowballs, but a more deadly technique is to bury them in snow. This does 5 damage per hit, twice as much as a simple snowball. Unfortunately, it doesn't work against anything else in the nether. Trust me, I tried. But did you know blazes actually have feet? Or at least that's what it sounds like. Because even though they're creatures of pure fire, if you listen closely as they move, you might be able to hear actual footsteps hitting the ground. I wonder if they can tap dance. Oh look, a free chest! But it's a prank! I can't open this chest because it's not a chest at all! This Steve Company supply crate was a joke block made in beta 1.4, and when you tried to open it, it would open a fake Minecraft store. This was a parody of the loot chest in Team Fortress 2, but of course later, Minecraft opened a real store. So, who's the joke on now? Another massive mistake that many players make is mining obsidian directly after pouring water on lava. While it's easy to avoid, most die because of this. But I've got just a solution for you. Next time, pour water on a nearby block to solidify the new layer of lava. It's that simple. There's only one thing that's harder than bedrock: boats! By placing boats under mobs, you can immobilize them completely. They become completely docile and will look at you even if you try to murder them. Who knew an Enderman's worst enemy was some wood? However, this isn't even the best part. If you trap a creeper and sit inside the boat, you will take a total of 0 damage. How is this even allowed? For years, people have been using clutches like the water bucket and holding down certain movement keys. But there's a much more overpowered way of doing this by using powdered snow. This is much better than water, which will usually waterlog leaves. However, not only that, you can climb upwards by wearing leather boots. So even if you have 2 snow blocks, they're enough to get you out of any hole. Do you want to hide items from your friends? Easiest method to do so by far is to attach hoppers to grass paths. Once items drop onto these, they will disappear completely. Wait, so this is where villagers hide all their loot? Mojang is generally good at dealing with glitches. However, because Minecraft is a sandbox, players have found countless ways to exploit certain problems with the game's code, including crashing an entire server with just a player head. If players get this particular player head in the game and then give it to their friend, the server you are playing on will entirely crash. And when it comes to crashing, Minecraft is generally pretty good. But did you know you can crash your game with this easy glitch? Thanks to the Dream SMP, players found out that they could create a ghost version of themselves using a boat. If you click really quickly on a boat, sometimes you can walk away from the boat, or the game still thinks you are in the boat. Unfortunately, this only works on a server, but it makes for some hilarious trolling. Everyone knows Jeb, the developer from Mojang. So pretend to be him in a server and people will be falling over themselves to be nice to you. You're a celebrity! Use that power to get items and even money, until Jeb finds out and bans you personally. Everyone loves a good water feature, so steal all the water using sponges. They suck everything up so fast and are really easy to dry, so you can take all the water in the game. Don't worry, the fish don't need it. See? They're jumping for joy. Rain arrow hell upon the world with a machine gun. Set up this repeating redstone pattern, then attach a bunch of dispensers filled with thousands of arrows. If the sky filling up with enough arrows to blot out the sun won't get you banned, the sheer amount of entities could make the server crash. Impersonate the server owner by getting an account with a nearly identical name. Then when you enter that server, start causing mayhem, break people's stuff and use terribly foul language. Do this enough and everyone will hate the owner until they realize you're impersonating them and ban you. Use this flying hack to make your minecart soar. The secret is to spawn a bee with a minecart riding on top of it. The minecart is still rideable, so if you turn the bee invisible, it'll look like you're flying by magic. Did you know you can walk on water? Upside down and backwards using this hidden trick. Grab an elytra, then dive into the water and hold the space bar to lift to the surface and hold back. You'll moonwalk underwater. I'm wearing a full set of armor right now, but it's fully invisible. Prank your friends by putting in this command, which makes your armor completely see-through. This fire will never go out on its own. If you have a picture frame with an item in it, you can shoot the item with a flame bow. It creates a flame in the item's place, meaning it'll stay there as a decoration forever. This cool design hack lets you create a seamless transition between dirt and stone. Just use glow lichen on coarse dirt, and it looks remarkably like stone that's emerging from dirt. It's a great middle point between the two. This genius hack shows that string can be great for a lot of things, including keeping your plants at the height that you want. Put the string above your bamboo or sugarcane, and you can keep that thing small forever. There are plants where you don't need string at all, and it's thanks to an item from last year. Now, certain vines can be snipped with shears, so they stop growing entirely. A secret trick you can use to make an atmospheric room is to let it be dark and only light up using redstone ore. They can act as a light, but only when activated, which includes stepping on them. It can light up a dark pathway in style. Ever wanted to play Minecraft in Minecraft? That takes too much redstone, but this hack looks great. Make a desk with a pressure plate on top, put a painting behind it, blocking off the sides so it stays small, and put a button on the side to look like a mouse. Put a chair in front and you'll look like you're actually gaming. Hey wait, they're cheating! Bunch of hackers! This sucks, Dad! For a long time, Mojang were experimenting with adding crocodiles and alligators to the game. These mobs would have brought with them items that could be turned into armor, weapons, and fashion accessories. However, since Mojang has now taken such a big stance on not adding real animals to Minecraft, they decided to bench this idea, thankfully. There is one animal that has become very famous over the last couple of years that Mojang refuses to add to the game. This is the capybara, an adorable little friend that could have made for an amazing traveling companion or even just a friend to welcome you home after your mining expedition. Please, Mojang, add the cappies. There is, of course, one block that has become famous for exclusively being in the Pocket Edition of Minecraft, and that is the Nether Reactor Core. The Nether Reactor Core was implemented by Minecraft to tackle the problems mobile devices would have with generating the Nether. It was a very useful way of getting Nether blocks despite how creepy it looked. I do not feel good about this. Since the Aquatic update, there have not been many new features added to the oceans of Minecraft. Well, at least for Java Edition. In Bedrock Edition, Microsoft decided they would implement yet another adorable creature into the games when they added the baby dolphin. Why can't this be in Java too? It is so adorable. Everyone knows about Bedrock being called Bug Rock, and this is because Bedrock is a very buggy version of Minecraft. However, some of these bugs are technically features of Bedrock Edition, such as the fox having double the amount of health in Bedrock. This is most likely one of the many bugs plaguing Bedrock Edition. However, it could well be a feature. Let your villagers get zombified. When they trade with you, they set the prices and will give you discounts if they like you. The best way to get one on your side is secure them of zombification. You can even do this multiple times for dirt cheap prices. Snow and powdered snow look almost identical. The pros can tell the difference. Powdered snow will never have an extra layer of snow on top. Plus, they have a slightly different texture to them, showing more varied shades of white and blue. If you're overwhelmed with hostile mobs, just use an elytra and some rockets. If you fly high up enough, the mobs will reach the despawn range and disappear, being replaced with new mobs that won't know you're there. air and might be a lot easier to handle. When pigs fly is something that you never see in Minecraft, but it should be when squids fly, since this hilarious mistake has led to squids being found flying in the air. Due to how squids are coded, for a while players would find them flying through the air. Squids work by always flying. It is just normal for them to be flying underwater as opposed to above water. This led to hilarious looking flying squids. Mojang repeatedly says that the block that causes the most mistakes in the game is the piston. However, one of their biggest mistakes actually turned into a well-known feature of the game today. The mistake allowed pistons to be activated by a nearby block which was directly above or diagonal to them. This was long before the introduction of redstone conductivity within blocks, and therefore it was something people really began to like. So Mojang decided to implement redstone conductive blocks into the game. Sand and gravel are two of the only blocks in the game to be affected by gravity, but sometimes you can find sand just floating there. This was actually a bug created by one of the developers for Mojang, which then went on to become a feature. The sand and gravel was meant to be fast traveled to the ground when it generated like this, but it was so fast that the game could not make it move. Eventually, the developer decided instead to add in dust particles so it could become a feature. The creeper is quite literally the face of Minecraft. However, Mojang is still desperately trying to make people forget that the creeper was a texture accident when developing the pig. While developing the pig texture, the texture suddenly drastically changed and would lead to the creeper. Mojang will never be able to cover this up. Redstone machines can be incredibly laggy. The types of builds that come to mind are builds like redstone update suppressors or even large automated farms. However, one of the laggiest redstone builds only requires two types of redstone, a piece of redstone and a redstone repeater. By building this incredibly simple design, you can begin to lag any server. And due to how simple this is to build, you can scale this infinitely to crash just about any server. Just make sure you build it quickly, as otherwise you may well be banned. Who doesn't love a good little dance party in Minecraft? You turn on your favorite music disc, pig step, anything else is wrong. And then you and your buddies start crouching at each other, shaking what your mother gave you. Well, sometimes you want the dance party to be so big that it can crash a server, and thanks to this redstone machine, you can invite countless armor stands to your dance party. By building this incredible simple design using observers, pistons, and armor stands, you can turn your dance party into a bounce house dance party. And if you continue to add more armor stands, observers, and pistons, you can create one of the biggest lag machines in Minecraft. Of course, there is one way to turn everyone on your friend's server against each other without using any commands, cheats, or even any items. All you have to do is kill your friend's disgusting dog. By killing a dog or even another pet and blaming it on someone else, you can cause complete turmoil, pitting all of your friends against each other. Wait, someone killed my chicken. These lines are totally straight, no curves or bends at all, but you can definitely see the curves, right? The contrast of black and white makes it look like the lines are bent according to the direction the black sections are pointing to. Curse my eyes, I knew I shouldn't trust them ever since I saw my dad tell me he's proud of me. It turned out to be an old homeless man with dementia. I've got the biggest crafting table ever in Minecraft! It's literally 4 times bigger than a normal table. At least from this angle it is. Because the square on the floor gives you a frame of reference for how big things are. So if you put a crafting table in the right position in the air in front of that grid, it will line up with the squares and look like it's actually on the ground. I'm so proud of making this illusion. It's made me feel 20 feet tall. Rah! Bow before me, tiny villagers! I drink a lot of coffee. However, there is still nothing in Minecraft that really satisfies my need for caffeine. So I came up with a way to build a coffee machine within Minecraft. Just get a dispenser, push an armor stand through some blocks, give it an iron chest plate, and then push some blocks into it from above. And voila, you have a coffee machine. I'm a huge Disney fan, and one Disney movie that never gets enough credit is The Sword in the Stone. So in my house, I decided I wanted a monument to the film that really should not be doable in Minecraft. Place a slab and 3 stairs in a circle. Use a dispenser to put an armor stand in the middle, and then push it down with some blocks. Push an end rod in to cover the gap in between the armor stand, and then you have your very own Sword in the Stone. I just wish it would come out! Doors are the stupidest thing to exist in Minecraft. I mean, why even have them when you can straight up glitch through walls? Just run into a corner with a boat or dispense yourself through the wall. Wait, how do I get back in? If there's one thing that's important to Minecraft, it's your time. And who has the time to waste taming these stupid horses? Instead of taming them with normal food, you should use golden apples. With only 10 golden apples, your horsey is gonna go from fiend to friend. 8 gold blocks for 1 horse, definitely worth it. The way most players use potions is completely completely wrong, since they throw it at their feet. Doing this usually decreases the duration of the potion by a minute or two, whereas throwing it into the sky onto your head will give you the full amount. But Mallow, why does this happen? Do I look like a coder to you? Did you know you can push the Ender Dragon through an end gate into the overworld? You need this big apparatus and a simple flying machine. There's a way to push the dragon into an end gate, which will spawn a dragon in the overworld. Watch the chaos for as long as you can before the server takes revenge with a ban. Trick everyone into getting trapped on the nether roof. It's easy, just break the portal in the nether and remake it on the roof. It's nearly impossible to get back down from there, especially when you break the portal once people have walked through. You won't be able to get off the roof either, but who cares? You're getting banned anyway. Fill the server with mobs that won't add to the mob cap. Endermen holding blocks, zombie villagers, vexes, shulkers, and all sorts of others don't have a limit. If you gather enough of them, it'll lag the server to a crawl. Did you know that you can get rid of effects without using milk? First introduced in the Caves and Cliffs update, axolotls are adorable little creatures who seemingly serve no purpose. However, did you know that these creatures can actually get rid of negative effects? If you bring an axolotl to an underwater temple, they will attack the nearby guardians. If you help it to defeat one of these pesky mobs, the axolotl will give you regeneration and get rid of any negative effect you have. Speaking of mobs, you can get rid of any mob spawning without using any kind of light source. If you place carpets on your floor or slabs, then mobs won't be able to spawn on top of them, meaning you don't need to cover your floor in torches. Did you know torches in Minecraft emit a light level of 14? But light levels in Minecraft can go up to 15, going from 0 to 15, where 0 is a block that does not emit light. However, the best light blocks are sunlight, beacons, jack-o'-lanterns, fire, glowstone, lanterns, and end portal frames for some reason. Minecraft doesn't want you to know this, as they are clearly trying to ruin your build. Nether stars are incredibly important for crafting beacons, but there's something about these objects that you never knew. These are in fact explosion-proof, and this makes sense because they need to survive the wither's death. But that's not the best part. They are still not immune to lava, cacti, and anvils. Wait, hold up! A nether star can survive TNT, but not my diamonds? Minecraft has had a massive run of bugs and items that should never have existed. But there was one that was far more insane than anything you'll ever see. In one of the earliest alphas in 2010, pressing F4 would allow you to spawn in nether portals. What was Mojang even thinking? Did you know you can make TNT blocks freak out completely? By placing an anvil on top of TNT before lighting it up, you can make it do 0 damage. You can do this for massive amounts of TNT and give your friends a heart attack. Or if you want TNT to explode underwater, place a block of sand above it and then light it up. And you might be wondering how this works. Well, you'd be surprised to know I don't know either. One of the most hyped features for the game was the sky dimension that Notch wanted to add during early development. But unfortunately, this never happened. However, there was something similar in its very first year of launch. In the in-dev version, you could set your map type to floating island. This was similar to the buffet world types we've seen recently, and the entire surface used to be covered with bedrock. Yeah, we definitely need this back. Chickens! I'll fry them all! I mean, catch them with my insane luck. In Minecraft, there's only a 12.5% chance that a chick will spawn from an egg. If this happens, there is a further 3.125% chance that 3 chicks spawn instead of 1. So, how lucky would you have to be to pull this off with 16 eggs? The correct answer is not a 1 in a million, or even a billion, but a staggering 1 in 200 trillion. All that for chicken? Nah, I prefer my beef instead. It is actually possible to calculate the largest cave system in Minecraft 1.6.4. After doing a bunch of crazy math, we can conclude that the possibility of this happening is 1 in 8.8 times 10 to the power of 52. But that's far from the craziest part. In this older version of the game, there are only about 281 trillion possible cave systems, which is a much smaller value than the possibility for the largest cave. Yeah, good luck finding this one. Normally, to craft end crystals, you need to have an Eye of Ender, a gas tier, and 7 glass. But what if I told you that you could get it within a fraction of the time with just a little bit of luck? In Minecraft 1.9, Snapshot 15W44A, it was possible to obtain end crystals from skeleton trap horses. Although finding one is rare, it's much less annoying than having to deal with the Enderman and gas. I will never figure out why Mojang ended up removing this. Do they hate us or something? Call me a weirdo, but I love the sniffers because I'm a massive farmer. So you can imagine my surprise when I found out how to insta-hatch their eggs. All you have to do is place 2 moss blocks and a sniffer egg in front of a sticky piston. Let this run for 10 minutes and the moss blocks will now be glitched permanently, allowing you to insta-hatch sniffer eggs. Hey, stop coming after me! Hey, no! When you think of rare blocks in Minecraft, your mind instantly goes to things like ancient debris, diamonds, and deep slate emerald. However, you do not think instantly of pumpkins and melons, which is strange, as these blocks are actually some of the rarest blocks in the game. Well, that is until you find just one of them. Now I'm set forever! Everyone knows the main Minecraft versions are Java and Bedrock. But where did the idea for education mode come from? Well, back in 2013, a school in Sweden made Minecraft a mandatory part of their school curriculum. I wish I had attended this school. There are 79 mobs in Minecraft, but you will never find 4 of these mobs naturally. This is because these mobs are locked behind cheats. Obviously, people know of the giant, but then there is also the zombie horse, the illusioner, and my personal favorite, the killer bunny. No, please let me go! When there is a piece of TNT about to destroy my base, my first thought is always to get away from it. But you should make sure your house has more windows because glass is surprisingly blast resistant. Obviously, it is nothing compared to obsidian, but it does have a chance of protecting you. Spawn a wither to help you break in. The wither's attacks can destroy almost any block in Minecraft. So, lure it to your friend's base and watch it make massive holes even in obsidian walls. Jump in and take their stuff. Use their XP farms against them. If it looks like this, and the bottom of the farm will often end up inside their base because it's more convenient for them. Climb into the top of the XP farm. It'll be funneled down to the bottom and you can break out into the heart of their base. This pig can walk through walls. If you ride a pig up to the wall of the base and then get off it, you can hit the pig and the brief damage reaction will nudge the pig a tiny bit into the wall. Quickly ride the pig and it will continue going forward, letting you ride right through the wall. Don't worry about punching your pig either. Just means free bacon in your friend's house. What if the base is hidden or has a secret entrance you just can't figure out? If you know the general area the base is, just eat a chorus fruit. It can teleport you to some crazy places, including through solid walls, ignoring the secret entrance completely. Did you know that lily pads in this game will lock in a direction to face? You can't choose where it's facing. It's actually disabled by the coordinates you place them. It would be so useful if you could choose, but life just isn't so easy. The flowers are hiding a secret. They actually grow in a specific pattern. That's because they're generated using Perlin noise, which is the same noise used in 3D to generate the whole Minecraft world. This detail is so subtle, you'll think you're going crazy when you notice it. It turns out that Prismarine has an animated texture, but you might not notice it at all. That's because it's an incredible subtle change in color that takes a full minute to animate fully. Everyone knows how to deflect a gas fireball with a sword, but you can deflect with almost anything. Arrows, fishing lines, even snowballs can knock the fireball away. In fact, nearly all projectiles can deflect the fireball, except for the ender pearl. And I mean, you shouldn't be throwing those around carelessly anyway. Many players fear their library burning to the ground, but it's actually worse than you think. Bookcases burn faster than wood planks because of all the dry, thin paper. It's harder and takes longer to burn a solid plank. So in comparison, books go up like cotton on a campfire. I knew building that library in the nether was a bad idea. My memoirs! Did you know you can tell the direction using Minecraft clouds? This is because clouds always float towards the north, and there's no wind to push it any other way. Well, I guess there's one type of wind. Lightning strikes used to have a little shadow, but in 1.18, lightning was changed, and now there's no shadow anywhere to be seen. What's next? The sun having a shadow too? This version of Minecraft was haunted. The Elder Guardian ghost was added in Pocket Edition 1.11 and looks identical to the Elder Guardian, except for a semi-transparent tail. That said, their behavior wasn't scary in the slightest, since all it did was look at you and slowly sink to the seafloor. Ha! Sucker! Can't catch me! These secret hybrid biomes have never been used in Minecraft. The deep warm ocean biome is the deep ocean and warm ocean mixed together, getting the aspects of both, including getting ocean monuments. So you could enjoy warm water vegetation while getting absolutely wrecked by guardians. Have you ever wanted to build a huge city in Minecraft but do not know how to install World Edit? Well, you can actually clone builds in vanilla Minecraft. In the chat, if you type /clone and the coordinates for the beginning, end, and destination of the cloned build, it will instantly duplicate your build. Tired of getting huge trees in your tree farm? Well, why don't you stunt the growth of the trees by placing blocks above them? If you place blocks above the height of a smaller tree, then the big trees will not be able to grow, which makes harvesting your trees far easier. What if you want to cook some food but are terrified of going underground for stone? Well, make a campfire instead. You can use a campfire to cook any type of food that a furnace would also cook, and sometimes it looks a lot nicer. Speaking of cooked food, do you constantly run out of coal because you are always having to cook the raw pork chops you gather? Well, why not just light the pigs on fire before you kill them? There's a much easier way to get cooked food, and it saves your valuable resources for more important things. There are so many mobs within the game. However, there is one mob still in the game who Mojang have forgotten about themselves. The giant was introduced over 11 years ago to be this brand new dangerous mob, but then nothing ever happened with it. Imagine walking through the plains biome and suddenly coming face to face with a giant. I know I would be terrified. I found an item that was immensely broken in its pre-release, but the weirdest part is that it's not even an item anyone would use in a normal playthrough. In pre-release 1.17, Mojang made the hanging root item have way too big of an icon when dropped on the floor, making it considerably larger than anything else in the game, and it isn't even that nice of a block. For the most part, Mojang has made a lot of textures very successfully. However, have you ever had a deeper look at some textures that perhaps are not as good as they should be? Time for a quick fire! The first messed up block is actually redstone dust. It does not even connect up properly. Iron armor is a really useful early game armor set, but have you ever noticed how the iron helmet does not even match what it looks like in your inventory? Or my personal favorite, the cauldron being misaligned by 1 pixel. I have ruined Minecraft for a lot of people today. Get high-grade weaponry for your very own gunboat by trapping a guardian in it. You can exploit this because a guardian will attack anyone unless they're in the boat. You can drive it towards your friends and watch them run in fear! Taunt a ravager with this secret exploit by building a 4-block tower. Force yourself to lay down using a trapdoor above you, and now you're close enough to hit the beast while it flails uselessly at you. Trap a gas and you can use this super illegal fireball technique. If you stand at the spot where the gas attack will start, it actually doesn't hit you, and you can then punch it wherever you want. Troll your friends by raining fire down upon them. Inside the house is a huge bed that lets you sleep under the covers in this genius hack. Surround your bed in trapdoors and make a larger frame, and cover the top of your beds with carpet. Hanging signs are a fun recent addition. You can use them to make an innovative, if scary looking bridge. What's amazing about this is that players can walk on it, but a lot of mobs will fall through the gaps. You can also use the hanging signs to make a broken bridge. This can hang off the side of a cliff for a fun and foreboding decoration to a castle or village. A secret stairway can be a great feature for your house, and all it takes is some redstones and some sticky pistons connected to your stairs in this crazy trick. The backs of the stairs will blend in with the rest of the wall until you turn the handle and expose it all. Don't trust these iron golems. One wrong move and they'll slap you silly. Instead, make one that will never turn on you using anvils, a cauldron, a dispenser for a face, some stone fencing, and wood fencing for a wicked axe. Those iron golems wish they could have a sick axe. Those ugly beasts. Wait, I was kidding! Why do we have pyramids in Minecraft, but we do not have a mummy mob? Well, that is actually for a very good reason. When Mojang first added pyramids to Minecraft, they considered what mobs they could add to enhance the feeling of walking through a pyramid, but they could not settle on a good mummy design. And as such, they decided it would be best to add in the husk instead. Almost every animal in Minecraft has a baby variant. Cats have kittens, sheep have lambs, bees have, well, smaller bees. But one animal we will never get the baby variant of is a dolphin. For a short while, it appeared we were going to get baby dolphins as they appeared on Bedrock, but it turns out this was just a bug that was quickly patched. Give us the baby dolphins! Maps are one of the most annoying things to craft in Minecraft Java Edition. No one really needs them for anything, and that's why it is annoying when you need a compass to make them. So imagine my surprise when I found out that Bedrock Edition has a far better way of making maps. By using a cartography table, you can actually craft empty maps using only a single piece of paper. Now I can have infinite maps! Cakes are my favorite food in Minecraft. However, I can never carry that many of them because they do not stack like any other food in the game. But in Bedrock, cakes are actually stackable. I can finally carry around 2,304 cakes in my inventory. You never know when you might be a bit peckish. One of the best creative features within Bedrock Edition is definitely the structure void. This is not a block that is only in Bedrock Edition, but the Java counterpart is pretty horrendous. In Bedrock Edition, the structure void will let you place items on top of it, such as rails and flowers. But the best part about this is that you can still walk through the structure void, meaning you can make amazing looking roller coasters without all the hideous blocks for your rails to go on. Looking at the sun can be immensely dangerous. However, within the Java edition of Minecraft, looking at the sun does nothing to you. If you were to do this in the Bedrock edition instead, you would see this weird blindness effect appear on your screen, which is what happens when you actually look at the sun. Although I will not look for too long. Ah, my eyes! You might use TNT to blow a hole in the ground, but that doesn't work underwater unless you use this cool trick. Set a TNT block down, then put a gravity block like sand on top of it. When activated, the TNT doesn't count as a block anymore and the sand will fall into it, making the game think the TNT isn't underwater at all. If it's not underwater, it can destroy terrain just fine. Waterlogging is amazing because pros know how to exploit it. Because TNT doesn't work underwater, that means if your chest is waterlogged, it counts as underwater and so is immune to explosions. Honey blocks are slightly smaller than regular blocks, and pros have learned that you can use them for all sorts of things. Put them in a wall and you can climb a sheer rock face like a mountain goat. Surround a water column and you can still use the water without exposing it to the world. Don't waste your bone meal on sea pickles. Pros know that you should only use bone meal when you have your sea pickle on a living coral block. Then when you use the bone meal, more and more will show up around you. X-ray is something that almost every server will ban you for using. However, in single player, it can make finding items considerably easier. This glitch allows you to X-ray within your single player world to find those valuable items. Mojang just cannot get rid of this horrendous mistake. On Bedrock, Preview 1.19, Mojang messed up and made a glitch that gave you unlimited bone meal. In the patch, Bedrock Edition would not see grass as something that used bone meal. However, when you use bone meal on grass, it would grow without using the bone meal in your inventory. Not sure how useful this is, but it was certainly a bad mistake. Everyone has that one friend that you start a Minecraft server with, but then they suddenly vanish for months at a time. Well, with this Minecraft prank, you can get them back for abandoning you. By placing a bunch of chickens above a hopper that goes into a dispenser, you can create an infinite chicken spawner. Eventually, the house will be so overcome with chickens, they will have no excuse but to log back on and deal with the problem. If I were to ask you what the buggiest mob in Minecraft is, you most likely would not be able to give me an answer. But after hours of studying, researching, and trying to figure out which mob is the laggiest, I believe I have found the answer. The buggiest mob in Minecraft is a sheep. Nah, I'm just kidding, it's a bee. At least I believe it is. Okay, that was bad. Sorry. Anyway, you can destroy a Minecraft server by simply gathering and breeding as many bees as possible. Eventually, the server will become so buggy it is basically unplayable, with the server after a while becoming so infested that the server begins crashing. This must be the most unbelievable bug ever. Okay, I'm done with the bee puns. I promise, I'm not weird. This waterfall shouldn't exist. The water doesn't rise up at any point as it flows around this track. And yet, as it reaches the end, it hits a waterfall and lands back down. You can even get a minecart to follow the water in its impossible journey. But it's all about perspective. Move away from this spot, and you can see how the minecart rises up to the top. It's a magic trick! Don't tell anyone though, or the magic police will come for me. Tired of having to line your garden in torches? Well, why don't you try this building hack which lets you have the same brightness as glowstone without having the ugly blocks be visible. Break a hole into the ground, place a piece of glowstone or another light block, and then cover it with moss. Obviously, this only works in plains biomes. Have you ever wanted to build a secret base inside of a snowy mountain? You should use powdered snow. If you place 2 powdered snow in front of the entrance to your mountainside base, and as long as you remember to wear your leather boots, you can go in fine, and everyone else will fall into the snow. Everyone knows about hiding a secret entrance behind a painting, but this house will tear apart your friendships, since you can create this huge lava ravine behind the painting. Make sure you make it obvious that there is something behind your painting, and voila! You have tricked your friend into one of the most embarrassing deaths ever. Have you ever wanted a super secret base that is incredibly cheap to build but also hard to find? Well then, look no further than this secret tree base. All you need for this kind of base is a tall oak tree. Simply break into the leaves but do not break the logs. Hollow it out and then boom! You have a secret base to hide from all of your friends. Sometimes you want to design a wall for a valuable looking cave, but you just do not have the resources to do this. Well, why don't you try using these blocks to make the walls? These gold ores will all require silk touch or finding in the nether, but you can make this really cool design incorporating blocks from every dimension in Minecraft. Besides the end, please Mojang, give us ender gold ore. With the recent addition of hanging signs, we also got an awesome new design for walls in Minecraft. Simply by matching the sign to the stripped wood it comes from, you can create these really beautiful walls that you can also shoot through and place paintings on to hide your base. Wait, look, here comes a pig! He's gonna have no idea what hit him. Sometimes defending your base can be a real pain, but with this wall design, you can defend your base from enemies while also having a nice-looking wall design. And the best part is, you can use any fence, walls, and gates for this, meaning you can tailor this design to match any build you may have. The way dripstone is generated in Minecraft is kinda boring. It does not feel very intimidating whenever you come across one of these pointed dripstones, and that is why you should change the way they look with this build idea. Simply place some other blocks around the dripstone on the roof, and then you have a far better-looking dripstone cave. Maybe even place some water above the dripstone to have a nice dripping water effect. I love emeralds, but finding them is incredibly difficult. However, there is a way to get an infinite supply of them by literally using dirt. Turn 3 of these bad boys into mud by using water and use a dripstone to turn them into clay. Now you've found yourself an infinite money glitch when trading with the stone mason. Hacks are a classic way to get banned in any game. There's a whole bunch of aimbots even for the newest updates of Minecraft. So take your pick and dominate PvP until the inevitable ban hammer comes crashing down. Start a raid in the server's favorite village. If you kill a pillager captain, you'll get a bad omen, which will spawn a raid when you get to the village. Get as many bad omens as you can for an extra deadly raid that will wipe out the server's poor innocent villagers. If the server has a huge rail system, find an obscure section in the middle and direct it off into a death trap. It's almost impossible to see when you're going so fast, so they'll be dead before they know it, and we'll have to check tons of railing to find the one block you changed. Villagers are an extremely common mob, but there's actually a secret villager you can't find walking around naturally. And that's the jungle villager. At one point, jungle villagers were going to be added to Minecraft, but Mojang decided not to implement them. But they still kept this colorful guy in the game. All you have to do is take 2 villagers to a jungle biome, breed them, and then bam, you get yourself a one-of-a-kind jungle villager. Despite being very useful, bamboo can be super annoying to get through. Most people will run through these bamboo jungles, breaking everything down with their axe. But did you know that the best option here is actually to hit it with your sword? And to make this even more insane, you can even do this with mining fatigue. If you look closely at your inventory, you will see that the hotbar is actually a repurposed sand texture. Turn the brightness up a bit, and you can see the sand in the background. Villager noises are almost as big as Minecraft itself at this point. That's why you'd be surprised to know that until Java Edition 1.6.1, they made no noises at all. Trying to imagine a silent villager is almost as bad as imagining a white enderman. That's racist. Night vision is one of the most useful enchantments in the game, but use this incorrectly and you'll be getting yourself into a fever dream. Oddly enough, looking at the horizon with this effect active makes it so that the entire sky flashes with different colors. Would you believe me if I told you Minecraft came out 17 years before its release in 2011? I'm talking about Minecraft 3D that was released April 1st, 1994. If you haven't figured it out already, this was an April Fool's joke by Mojang, but I have to say, it looks amazing! Did you know it's possible to burn yourself to death underwater? I don't know why you'd want to do this, but just place a cauldron filled with lava and sit inside.
Mallow, how did you even find out about this?
Hey, listen here, stop asking so many questions. Each Minecraft world generates a total of 128 end portals, and the chances of one of these being filled completely is 1 in 1 trillion. But wait, how lucky would you need to be to have all 128 filled? Well, a Redditor user pinned down the probability of that happening to this insane number. To get an idea of how crazy that is, this is much larger than the total number of atoms in the universe. How many spawners do you think you can find in one chunk? 2? 4? Or if you're lucky enough, maybe even 5? Nope, the correct answer is 8. On this specific seed, you'll find 7 zombie spawners and 1 spider spawn within a few blocks of each other. But that's not all! There is a village, trail ruins, a pillager outpost, and an ancient city, and these spawners which exist within a few thousand blocks of each other. How is this even possible? This villager trade is so incredibly overpowered you won't believe it exists. If you have a villager who trades emeralds for wheat in a desert village, you've just hit the jackpot, baby! All you need to do is go around the village, collect an absurd amount of hay bales, and craft all of them into wheat. Voila! Your very own emerald machine. The only downside to trading with villagers is that you'll be running out of emeralds very fast. So if you're a bit of a cheater like me, change the difficulty of your world to hard with a /difficulty command, and lure a zombie to a villager with the best trades. Once the villager gets zombified, trap him in an iron blocks, place a bed, and start stuffing him with golden apples and potions. Now you've got yourself the best deals on the planet. Although this does feel kind of wrong. What's better than food? Free food! And you can get this easily if you use a campfire to cook it, because this uses 0 fuel. I know I'm being a cheapskate here, but a penny saved is a penny earned. Am I right? You can even attach a hopper to the campfire and always have food ready for you. Be honest, how many times have you died at the worst time possible and lost everything? So if you don't want to end up like Filzer, here's a trick to get infinite health and save all your goodies. First, eat an enchanted golden apple, and follow that up immediately with a plain golden apple. Wait for the absorption effect to run out, and then do this all over again. Do this correctly, and even the Ender Dragon can't do anything to you. Okay, maybe you can, but you get the point. Minecraft 10 years ago was a very different game to what it is nowadays. The game used to be filled with bugs, reused textures, animations, and so much more. However, this next fact may make you rethink the origins of the creepers, since they used to explode into leaves? Maybe at one point the creepers were meant to be some kind of leaf monster, but who really knows, as this may have been just lazy coding. Sometimes you want to get different colored wool, but you are far too lazy to search for the different types of dye. Well, did you know that you can breed different colored sheep together to make different colors? For example, a blue and red sheep bred together will make a purple sheep. This is some really good attention to detail. Players will often use coal in their furnaces. However, this next secret is going to make your smelting considerably easier. If you were to smelt a single block of coal, you would be able to cook 80 raw pork chops. But if you use 9 coal, you would only be able to cook 74. This might be the most confusing math question I have ever heard. Everyone knows that Minecraft was originally called Cave Game before becoming Minecraft. But did you know there was actually another name in between these? Minecraft was originally going to be far more story-driven, and therefore it needed a name truly befitting of this style. And therefore, Mojang once worked with the name Minecraft, Order of the Stone. This is most likely also where the name of the group in Minecraft story mode came from. In snowy areas, some bases will have secret entrances covered with powdered snow. Wait until night, and if you see some snow on a mountain, mountain that's slightly brighter than the rest, that's light coming through from the inside. Get an elytra and fly straight into that snow. You'll pass right through into the base. If your friend is a locked door, make your own redstone mechanism to open it. Nothing is stopping you from bypassing whatever complex system they made inside the walls by just placing down and activating a redstone block against the door. If your friend's base has its own private nether portal, then use that as a way in. Find the coordinates to the connected portal in the nether by taking the overworld coordinates of the base and dividing the X and the Z by 8. That's where the portal in the nether will be, giving you a back door into the protected fortress. Candles are powerful, but only on cakes. In Java Edition, the cake will not get waterlogged, pushing the water away while the little candle burns bright and strong. I'll never stop fearing this horde of Vexes because they do not care about survival. They are all about the kill, as they go through damaging cacti and other dangerous blocks, desperately trying to get at you. Axolotls are adorable, but also really sneaky. They can play dead if they take damage underwater, slowly regenerating health over time. This is actually based on real-life axolotls who play dead if they feel threatened. Goats are a great addition to the game, but I just can't look at them anymore because of what I noticed about their legs. They're not attached! Look at the way they walk. Do you notice the top edge of their legs? There's a big gap between the leg and the body. Everyone loves honey blocks, but did you know you can turn them into the honey fortress? Like any block, they block arrows and many other projectiles, but there's actually a tiny 1-pixel gap that you can shoot arrows through. It's a near impossible shot to make from a distance, so your enemies have no chance against you, unless they just blow you up, but then who would do that? Oh god. Have you ever seen fire and ice combine? No, I'm not talking about water. In Minecraft, you can actually set fire to a snowball by throwing it through flowing lava. It won't damage mobs, but it can ignite things, including TNT. Now that's the most stylish way to light the fireworks at a Christmas party. Have you seen a pyramid in Minecraft? No, not that one. These mysterious pyramids used to dot the landscape far away from the player and were completely solid. That's right, no rooms or even a secret base here, just bricks all the way through. This is because back in the day, there was no way to actually craft bricks, so Mojang just dropped piles of bricks around the world like it was a construction site. This potion is stinky! This one is suave, and this one is really milky. Potions used to have 32 different varieties, with different effects and colors, way back in beta 1.9, pre-release 2. Some of them had really bizarre names too. How can a potion be debonair? Let me test it with a taste. It's happening! I'm becoming debonair! Well, hello there. Everyone knows how to break bedrock with TNT, but did you know that there is an even easier way to break bedrock that doesn't require you to spend hundreds of hours building elaborate machines? Just get yourself a drip leaf and bone meal it. That will destroy anything in its path. One of my favorite items in the game is the goat horn. However, in Snapshot 22W17A, if you went into your creative inventory on the snapshot, it seems that Mojang wanted the goat horn to be the do-it-all block. Do! Come, my goat army! Redstone works great, but it's a pain to mine it, so why not use leaves instead? This secret exploits the fact that leaves need to update based on what's around them. So by using leaves and wood, you can create machines that don't use any redstone at all. Become the most efficient miner in the game with Swift Sneak. It doesn't just improve your crouch speed, but also your crawl speed. So at one block tool, you can just dig straight forward without having to make space for your bulky body. This book will destroy anyone who reads it. That's because it's filled with so many letters that it overloads the game with the person reading it. Just make sure you know which book is which. Shoot enemies from the safety of a bunker by using dirt paths. They're actually 1 pixel shorter than regular blocks, so if you stand behind one and have a block above your head, you can see a slight gap between them, and can even shoot arrows through the gap. This other super hack can turn your regular vines into fruit-bearing plant life. Just put redstone ore behind the vines, and the color will shine through, giving a good breakup to all the green and brown. Put some berry bushes to fill out the space even more. Look at this cute little plushie! Just dig a hole 1 block deep, push 4 armor strands into that place in an X formation. Equip them with leather chest pieces, and then plant black wool on top. The wool will turn the leather black to match, and then you can put a banner in front to act as the face. Oh, so cute. I shall defend it with my life! Yeah! Everyone loves a white Christmas, and you can make one whenever you want by simulating snowfall just outside the window. This is done with a carpet duplicator just above the window, constantly breaking pieces, causing the particles to fall down. Inside the house, it looks just like a snowy day. Wait, but I'm in the desert! Crafting a boat in Java is very weird. Wait, where did these paddles come from? Thankfully, Bedrock Edition has a far better system for explaining this law-breaking feature. You need to craft a boat by adding in a shovel to be used as the paddles. Now this makes so much more sense. I tend to play Minecraft for a long time every day. However, when I need to get food or a drink, I always make sure to pause my game. This way, no mobs can come and steal my diamonds while I am away. However, with Bedrock Edition, this seems like a luxury, as in this version, pausing your game will not stop drop anything, and you can still be hit by mobs or have your valuable diamonds stolen. Wait! Bring them back! Keep your mobs in check while maintaining your aesthetic. Do you hate the look of fences or trapdoors? Simply cover the floor of your pen in honey, and you can then use any block at all to act as a fence. The honey makes sure the mobs won't jump out. It also works on you though, so be careful. A lot of pros do 6 speedruns, and one of the best ways to speedrun the Ender Dragon is to kill it with beds. But making a bed can take time, so why not just steal them from the local village? You're a dragon slayer! You need it more than they do. Protect your villagers. If you rely on them for trades, then they deserve the best protection. And sometimes a golem isn't enough. Simply dispense armor upon them, and they will wear it, including those with thorn enchantments. Getting experience is very annoying in Minecraft. However, in Bedrock Edition, you could actually get unlimited XP. When the Skulk block was added, using a Silk Touch hoe on the block would both break the block and give you experience. But the Silk Touch would let you pick up the block, meaning that you had a free XP farm. Shields have become one of the most useful items in Minecraft. Defending yourself from a skeleton, use a shield. Blocking a massive nuclear explosion, use a shield. But what happens when you find yourself trapped in the middle of a raid, but you have no shield with a Ravager tearing down your door? Well, let's hope you grabbed a Pillager banner, as crafting this with your shield will actually restore it. This seems a bit game-breaking, but hey, I'm not gonna complain. Minecraft Java and Bedrock Editions are the same in every way except for coding, right? Well, actually no. Since in Bedrock Edition with the new sniffer plants, you actually get less value. If you were to craft a pitcher plant in Minecraft Java Edition, you would get 2 cyan dye. However, on Bedrock Edition, the exact same craft only gives you 1. This feels very unfair to those on Bedrock. Everyone knows the easiest way to break a server is to get admin and then ban everyone or turn the server off. But this is boring! Instead, why not try and be a bit more creative if you get a hold of admin? When you get your hands on these powers, give yourself a command block. Then you want to set it to repeat mode and then run the command /execute at E run summon pig, which will spawn countless pigs on your friends, leading to one of the most buggy and server-destroying bacon farms ever found in Minecraft. It does taste delicious though. Let's hide in this massive tower. Oh, but the walls are closing in. Or at least it looks that way, as these straight lines and bands of color make the walls seem like they're bending inwards as you look up at the ceiling. We're safe as can be, as long as I remember to close the door. I'm tired of this. I need to get out of here. And he said, am I in heaven? This place has no walls, no doors, no grass or sky. Just a void, some seats. One for me and one for you. This endless world must be an illusion, right? But I can't see a way out. We're both stuck here. Until you subscribe! I guess we're gonna be here for a while. One thing that Minecraft is very bad for is storage solutions. The only real storage options are chests, barrels, and throwing stuff onto the floor and hoping you sort out your inventory quick enough so it does not despawn. However, these rule-breaking storage solutions can make your home look far better. If you place campfires into a cupboard of trapdoors, you can make this meat-drying cupboard. Certainly an interesting take on a kitchen accessory you didn't know you needed. I'm a bit bored of my bed. I think I want to get a bunk bed. And thanks to this building hack, I can create a bunk bed that finally lets me achieve my dream of having a bunk bed, but I have no one to share it with. Not every person wants to live in a house on land. Some people want to live on a boat, and this building hack lets you have all of your necessities on one small boat. Time to sail the 7 seas! See you later. Unfortunately, there is no good couch within Minecraft unless you use mods. However, you can actually create the illusion of there being pillows on your couch. If you break the blocks out from underneath the couch and put armor stands with dyed leather helmets, you can create these really cool pillows for your couch and really bring the house to life. They are not very comfy though. Why we did not have cars in Minecraft is completely beyond me. They would be by far the best method of transportation in the game. However, regardless of them not existing in the world of Minecraft, you can still bring your world to life with these car builds. Now, which one is the fastest? Oh, I cannot wait for summer. I wish it could be summer all year round because I love barbecue food. But thanks to Minecraft, I can experience the brilliance of barbecue all year round by building this amazing looking grill. It smells delicious. I'm so sorry. There are only 128 strongholds in an entire Minecraft seed. And if you dig block by block, you have a 1 in 23,420 chance of finding one. Yeah, that's insane. So let's look at how to bypass this insane probability without using Eyes of Ender. All you have to do is trap yourself in a 1x1 hole and put a gravity block like gravel above your head. Pair this up with Optifine and you'll be able to see for miles. Although, you might not want to do this trick with an anvil. You might have already known that lava is the best item item to use for smelting. But with auto crafters, this trend is about to change very fast. With this insane contraption that Razeworks set up, it turns out that kelp is far superior to any other smelting item in the game. By using a flying machine, you can automatically harvest kelp and pass it through a smoker to turn it into dried kelp. The crafters can turn these into dried kelp blocks, with each block smelting 20 items. This is so overpowered! Here is a secret way to make an awesome Japanese decoration. Place a warped trapdoor onto the top of the water, then place a glow item frame with a block of gold inside. Once you have done this, add a pink coral and surround it in lily pads, and you have a beautiful lotus flower for your nearby river. 1.20 introduced one of the funniest and best new mechanics to Minecraft: player head note blocks. However, with this also came some of the funniest death messages ever seen in Minecraft. If you wear a mob head and then die to the same mob, it will show the death message, "Mallow was killed by friendly fire." Speaking of player heads, there's actually a secret mob head currently hidden inside the game's code, and that is the Illager head. It has the same effect as all the other mob heads when put onto a note block as well. Warden hitboxes are absolutely pointless. A Warden, despite being one of the largest mobs in Minecraft, can just casually stroll through a one-block gap. Wait! No! Mojang has given themselves the power to ban people and hate when you have items with dangerous names. If they're rude, illegal, or named after real-world guns, Mojang will ban you completely. You're in someone else's server, so why not advertise your own server and entice people to join it? It'll make the server owner so mad as you endlessly pull people away from their precious world. Get this invisible block. No, it's not a barrier block, but actually block 36, a glitched piston that was duplicated using an end crystal and this machine. Put an item frame on it and it goes invisible. Since it's a glitch block, when you stack sand on them, the sand stays there, but still acts like it's falling, so people can fall through it. A perfect invisible trap. Why not skip the middleman and just hack the server owner's account? That way you don't have to wait for a ban, you can just do it yourself. You should always have a hoe that is enchanted with Fortune 3 when farming, which will allow you to quite literally triple the rate at which you can get food. For example, you can get up to 9 melon slices for each melon block farmed. This enchantment is so broken. Farming levels can be one of the most time-consuming aspects of playing Minecraft, especially when you don't have an XP farm starting out. So, one of the best ways to get levels while being relatively safe is by farming nether quartz in the nether. Not only does this have a 45% chance of spawning, meaning it's literally everywhere, but it is also the best source to farm for experience right after diamond, since it'll give you experience ranging anywhere between 2 to 5 points. Once you reach higher levels, you might find yourself struggling with experience. So, here's how to get infinite XP while using a furnace. Smelt a material like iron, and just as it's done, swap it out with an already smelted iron. The only currency this will cost is your patience. I hate gathering books in Minecraft. It takes forever and is not even any fun to do. So instead, I use this Minecraft secret to get 700 blocks within an instant. If you find a stronghold with a single library and break each one, you get a maximum of 699 books. I can finally go on my cow killing spree! Minecraft's music discs are really quite weird. However, the weirdest is probably music disc 11. The music disc is so true to itself that it actually lasts 1 minute, 11 seconds, and 101 milliseconds, or 111111. There truly is no disc in Minecraft quite like it. Minecraft has some amazing structures and some less amazing structures. The stronghold is a perfect structure, whereas the underwater ruins are just kind of meh. Well, little did people know that these ruins can have some of the rarest items in the game and are considerably more valuable than you would initially think. Have you ever looked at a map of your world and thought how similar they all look? Well, this is actually because of how the terrain is generated, and this fact will shock you. Minecraft wants to create a world for the viewer that feels as natural and real as possible, and so they use an algorithm based on Perlin noise, which leads to the incredibly diverse landscapes you see in Minecraft. Honestly, just compare this image to a Minecraft seed and you will see what I mean. Everyone knows about the iconic Minecraft music created by David Rosenfeld, or as he is better known, C418. But did you know he actually has a plethora of songs that were never added to the game? Whether that be for disagreements with Microsoft or for his own personal requirements for a song to be good enough, we will likely never know. If the building you're breaking into is full of death traps, just stock up on totems of undying. It's way easier than trying to avoid everything. Just take the hit and keep on moving. Players will often have secret tunnels that lead far away to their stash. If you X-ray by crawling and pressing a slab into your face with a piston, you can seek out small separate rooms filled with blocks. Dig toward those because they're less likely to be well defended, and will have a corridor straight into the base. A server owner can use creative to build a house out of bedrock. Break through with the latest bedrock cracking machine using a piston, a trapdoor, some TNT, obsidian, and a lever, you can glitch the game to destroying the bedrock and letting you in. They say the safest base is a hidden one. So, how do you break in if you can't even find it? Look for the FPS drop. If you turn on the FPS counter using the settings on your PC or FN plus F3 on a Mac, you can see how fast your game is running. If you're out in the wilderness, the FPS should be high. But if there's a bunch of entities nearby, like chests, players, or armor stands, the FPS will take a slight dip. That means the base is nearby. Start digging! This insane block placement glitch lets you climb invisible ghost blocks. If you swap a block into your offhand and place it at the same time, it will exist in the world but be invisible. You can climb walls without a trace. But even better, if you use slime blocks, it will launch you into the air, letting you scale tall towers at high speed. This land should be overflowing with rubies. Before version 1.3, Mojang was planning on adding these beautiful gems to the game. You could use these to trade with villagers, similar to how emeralds work today. But the idea was scrapped because of one fatal flaw. This ore looked a lot like redstone, and Mojang didn't want to cause confusion. Check out this magnificent build! Now we just need some finishing touches. The dirt slab! It was the only slab ever removed because they ruined everything. They made hills look nicer, sure, but they messed with terrain generation so much that Mojang scrapped the whole thing. Not worth the effort for a slightly smaller clump of dirt. Mojang love putting subtle details into their game, and the fisherman actually has a reference to Minecraft history. The texture on the fisherman is a fish on it, but it's not just any fish. It's the texture for raw fish that was removed from the game years ago! People use torches and levers all over the place, but I bet you never noticed that they're actually the same thing. They use the same texture and are the same shape. It's just the tip that's colored differently. I definitely can't unsee that. Here's something you probably have missed your entire time playing. Sea lanterns are actually animated! If you look closely, the center of the lantern actually swells with light spreading outwards. It's so subtle that some colorblind people can't see it at all. You've definitely had to deal with silverfish, but did you know what happens when you're not around? A silverfish that has burst out of its block will look for a new stone to enter, turning that into an infested block. It's not so simple though, as it can't be any hard stone like granite or smooth stone. It can't be clogged up with moss. Mojang have really thought about this behavior, yet you've probably never even seen it. Everyone knows you need one block of space to crawl, right? Well, with powdered snow, you can actually squeeze into half a block space. Pile up snow just under half a block high, then the next powdered snow to exactly half a block. The game will let you crawl in that space, which is impossible to do with any normal slab. Use it to make tunnels to hide in. Now I'll see anyone trying to steal my giant golden statue of myself. Gosh, I'm beautiful. Spy on your friends with this illegal one-way wall that's see-through on one side. It's built with item frames that have been turned invisible with this command. Put custom map frames onto them to make it look like a wall on one side and it will be invisible on the other. Try the most secret mechanism using this bizarre Enderman glitch. If you trap one in a minecart or boat next to a wall, arrows still won't work on it. Sometimes I'll even pass right through the Enderman and the wall. If you put a target behind that, you've now made a secret mechanism that's especially great for hidden doors. There's tons of secret actions you can do using the F keys on the top of the keyboard. Hold F3 and C and you crash the game. Tell your friends it's a fun visual glitch and watch them drop from the game as it crashes hard. They'll be off the server and you'll be in their secret stash of goodies. Glow Lichen is used for all sorts of creative hacks, such as this carpet balcony that looks great and glows to light up a restaurant while keeping deadly mobs from spawning. This icy hack lets you build an ice rink super fast in the desert. Most people see frost walker boots as mostly pointless because you need to be moving and the ice melts really quickly. However, if you build an ice lake underground, the sun can't get to it, and you can create a winter wonderland under the Sahara. Have you ever seen amazing graffiti and wanted it in your world? I made this amazing graffiti using concrete powder placed in the wall, and the spray cans are colored candles to match the colors on the wall. Wait a minute, I didn't make this graffiti! Hey, you damn kids, get away from my house! Signs are one of the most useful items in Minecraft, perfect for organizing your items once and then completely disregarding them. However, did you know that you can see sign text for a candle in the Bedrock edition? This glitch desperately needs to be patched by Mojang, but hey, you should listen to the sign. There are very few blocks in Minecraft that will speed up minecarts, and even to this day, people are infuriated by how slow they can be. But if you mix a boat and a minecart and then add a villager into the mix, you can actually make minecarts go faster. And the best part is, you do not need to mine for hours to get all the gold and redstone. Now I can make my massive gold statue. Ever felt up is down and left is right? Which way is forward if every wall is a floor to walk on? This MC Escher-inspired room is super disorienting, where everywhere you look makes you think it should be the right way up. Make a little tower to stand at the exact center of the room, and it feels like you're in zero gravity. Oh no, I'm floating away! Help! Help! Colors aren't real. They're an invention of your own mind, tricking you. Look at this center dot. Keep focused on it, but be aware of the colors around around it. Because you're focused on the center, your brain keeps less track of the grass on the outside. So when the pattern color changes, the grass does too! My brain has been inventing colors this whole time. I love connecting my treehouse to other trees in Minecraft. However, I have never found a good way to make these authentic-looking rope bridges. Until now! If you use acacia slabs and lightning rods, you can create this unique bridge design that even matches the area you are in. Just make sure you don't fall through the... Sharks are almost added to Minecraft, and even to this day, I wish they were. However, did you know that you can actually have jellyfish in your exotic fish aquarium? Simply use a pink glass block and a hanging root underneath it to give you this amazing jellyfish for your own personal aquarium. Sometimes people want to have some fun and sell some items to their friends on a server, and this next build hack really lets you have that amazing Japanese-inspired design. This ramen stand uses armor stands underground to create these truly authentic seats. I just love this design. As far as seating goes in Minecraft, there really is not many options. However, this seat completely breaks the rules. By using blocks like slabs, stairs, iron trapdoors, and a minecart, you can make this amazing modern chair design. And the best part is, it actually works. Back in my day, whenever people built a cash register in Minecraft, all they used was a single stair. However, build hacks have truly grown throughout Minecraft's lifespan, and now we have cash registers that actually look real. By using a chest Minecraft and a stair, you can make a cash register that actually opens. It just is not very secure. Hey, bring them back, you thief! Mojang refuses to add crocodiles to Minecraft, and who can blame them? These terrifying reptiles would make the game quite a bit scarier. However, thanks to this next build hack, you can create a realistic-looking crocodile within your vanilla playthrough. By using dark prismarine and a banner, you can create this adorable yet terrifying creature from the sea. Just make sure you're always out of his reach. Most players eat a steak even if their hunger bar goes down by a single point. Doing this is super dumb and can even get you killed. The correct way to eat is actually to start with foods that restore low amounts of hunger, like carrots, and then move on to items like meat. This is because every food item in the game has a saturation value, which is the time it will take to have a hunger bar reduced. By doing this, you will never go hungry again. There's actually a secret way to breathe underwater without using a helmet enchanted with respiration. Everyone knows by now that you can place a door on the bottom of the ocean to make an air bubble. But if you only have blocks on you, one of the easiest options is to place a few like this, and then place a piece of sand in the middle, giving you an air bubble to breathe in. The other option is to build a conduit. That's gonna make you go bankrupt. Threaten real-life violence against a server owner. That's a crime in Minecraft and in real life that will definitely get you banned. Trust me, I would know. People say you should plant a tree to save the planet, so why not plant as many trees as you can? Flood the place with saplings on every block of dirt and bone meal them to make a mega forest so thick you have to bring out the axes just to walk to the farm. Create chaos with a witch spawner. Build this village breeding station, and when the children are born, they'll be funneled down under a lightning rod. Once lightning strikes, they'll all be turned into witches to be let loose on the server, and it will keep happening forever! Or at least until you get banned and your spawner is destroyed. Invite death squads! If you can get new people onto the server, bring the biggest, baddest gamers you know as death squads against your enemies. If anyone crosses you, bring your cronies for a beatdown until they get fed up and ban you. When you catch fire in the nether, it seems like you are instantly going to die. However, did you know there is actually a way you can extinguish yourself in the nether? Just bring splash bottles of water with you, and whenever you catch fire, splash yourself with them. The gas scream is one of the most terrifying sounds in all of Minecraft. But have you ever wondered where this sound came from? Well, it was actually made by the original and best sound designer Minecraft ever had, C418. He got the sounds from a sleeping cat, and then changed the audio to sound super scary. If you are speedrunning the game, make sure you turn subtitles on. This makes finding things like lava pools or caves so much easier, as it will notify you whenever lava is nearby. Lush caves can make for some amazing locations to build your base, but finding them can sometimes be a challenge. Well, there are actually a few biomes that are guaranteed to have a lush cave underneath them. These are the huge growth taiga, jungle, and dark forest. Being able to place floating lava should be a war crime. However, by using 7 slime blocks, 5 sticky pistons, 4 redstone blocks, and 4 obsidian, you can set up this machine that lets you place floating lava blocks. The best part is, this isn't even limited to lava. You can do the same thing with water. Do you love armor trims but can't find them no matter how much you try? Well, I've got you covered. The moment you spawn into this seed, you'll see a woodland mansion where you can find the Vex armor trims. But go below the ground and you'll find this gigantic ancient city where you have a 1.2% chance to find the silent armor trims. It gets even better though, because if you enter the nether directly from your spawn, you'll find 2 bastion remnants. How does this world even exist? The killer bunny is almost as historical as Herobrine, but only a few people know how rare this actually was. Initially, Jeb had set its spawn rate to 1 out of 1,000, but he decided this was far too common and changed it to 1 out of 2,500, instead making it super rare. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, Jeb removed this, saying it's an overdone joke and a random death event. What does he mean? This fella is so cute. No, stop! What's better than a normal mushroom? A brown mushroom! This is an almost impossible to see variant that is found only when a normal mushroom is struck by lightning. That means the chances of this spawning is 1 in 1024. However, they aren't just novelty. You can use a bowl to milk them and get a suspicious stew? I wonder what this does. I bet you $1 million that you've never noticed this next fact. In Minecraft, apples dropping from leaf blocks have a 1 in 200 chance, while for saplings it's only 1 in 5. However, what if both were able to drop from the same block? Well, your luck is off the charts since this only happens 0.00025% of the time. The icy biomes in Minecraft desperately need more mobs. Currently, the only native land mob in the icy biomes is the polar bear. However, thanks to this genius build hack, you can actually add a brand new mob to your icy biomes. By using 2 blocks of black concrete, some banners, and a red sandstone slab, you can create this penguin for your world. Unfortunately, though, it does not really do much. It just kind of stands there? Will you stop staring at me? I bet you never knew how weird coal generation really is. Usually, Minecraft creates 2 batches of coal per chunk, with each batch existing at different Y values. One of these exists between Y equals 136 and Y equals 256, while the other is between Y equals 0 and Y equals 192. This gives us a perfect estimate for where we can find the most coal, which is from Y equals 136 and Y equals 192, since the ranges for both batches will overlap at these values. But most times, this generation isn't equal, and blobs spawn randomly, with most of them being found at Y equals 96. Now you know exactly where you should be farming it. When a warden starts chasing you, good luck surviving that. So, what do you do in a situation like this? Well, you're gonna have to make sure your armor is enchanted with Swift Sneak 2 or higher, which will allow you to get away. However, you still need to be careful of the warden's ranged attack, because that thing is no joke. And if you have the time, pull down your render distance down to 2 chunks. The moment you stop hearing his footsteps means that he's far enough and will most likely calm down. I'm finally safe! Contrary to popular belief, growing crops isn't as simple as just smacking down a few seeds into the ground. There's actually a technique that goes into how you plant them. From your water source, move out 4 blocks diagonally, and then from this one, continue tiling until you're almost 2 blocks ahead of your water source. Then start tiling in the opposite direction until you have an almost checkerboard pattern like this. Now, I know this looks insanely cursed, but it's the most efficient way to farm. And since these need at least a night level of 9 to grow properly, don't forget to throw on a few torches. Don't mind me and my infinite supply of melons. Minecraft seed hunting is really quite cool, and players have even found things like the title screen, the world icon seed, and even this next secret seed which has a huge generation of Notch's face. Sometimes you can't help but feel like Minecraft is lacking a lot of customizability. However, in older versions of the game, this wasn't the case, as back in Minecraft 1.7.2, there were some super secret endings that would let you change how the entire game looked. My favorite addition to the game from the Caves and Cliffs update was definitely the axolotls, and in particular the highly elusive blue axolotl. However, did you know that this is the only version of the axolotl that cannot be found in real life? The blue axolotl was actually suggested by user Dark Eyes Flame on Reddit, where he suggests a blue axolotl be added to reference Mudkip from Pokemon. Just look how adorable he is! Have you ever wanted to place the same sign above multiple different chests? Well, this little known detail will save you tons of time doing this. If you are in a creative world and you press Ctrl plus middle click on a block, it will copy everything about the block, including any writing. This even works for chests and lets you duplicate the items. I will be rich beyond your wildest dreams! Lightning is one of the weirder weather types within Minecraft. If lightning strikes a creeper, you get a charged creeper. If it strikes a pig, you get a zombie pigman. But what happens if it strikes a turtle? Well, you get a bowl. Now all I need is some milk and cereal. The compass is probably one of the most useless items in Minecraft. Its only function in vanilla Minecraft is pointing towards the world spawn. Well, actually that is not entirely true. If you were to go into your inventory, you would notice that the direction of the compass can actually change based on where you are in your world. That is because the compass will always point to the north when you are in your inventory. Now I know where to avoid. It's cold up there. Everyone knows that raw chicken in Minecraft has a chance to poison you. This is largely based on real life. However, did you know that crouching in Minecraft while eating raw chicken can actually lower the chance you have of getting poisoned? I think this is a reference to what happens when you eat chicken that may not be as good as you thought. Everyone knows about Minecraft Java, Bedrock, and Education Edition. But did you know there is actually one secret version of Minecraft you probably didn't know existed? Minecraft, much like many other games, has an entire version that is solely for China. Because China is the largest video game market in the world, of course Minecraft would make an exclusive version for China. These walls are too thick. Better use a TNT cannon. Make an obsidian rectangle that's 7 blocks long, with an open end toward the wall. Add a block up on the left side here. Put a water block at the back and a slab at the front. Set TNT on the slab and up to but not including the water block. Then put 2 levers with redstone. One is for the TNT on the ground, the other for the slab TNT. Activate the first and watch them flow. Then before they explode, activate the other. It launches forward and smashes the base. Reload with TNT and do it again until you breach the walls. You can ignite TNT from miles away with this glitch. If you attach a fishing rod to something and walk into the nether, the game will glitch and your fishing rod will have infinite range. Use it to set off TNT next to the enemy base from as far away as you can, and they'll never know it was you. If you run over and pretend to help, you can get into the base and take what you like. One cool trick you can do with gas fireballs is sending the fireball where your friends don't expect it. That's because the fireball goes in the direction you look when it gets hit. That means you can throw a snowball, turn your head toward your friend, and when the fireball gets hit, it'll blaze toward them with murderous intent. This little detail doesn't get noticed a lot because you only see it from far away. Everyone notices how the world generates around them, but actually entities like chests and shulker boxes have their own range, at which point they disappear. You can even use this fact to hide stuff high in the sky, further than people on the ground can see. Did you know that wolves are afraid of llamas? This is because in real life, llamas are used as guardians of flocks of sheep. They're friendly to other woolly animals and will scare off any potential predators. In Minecraft, when wolves see a wandering trader, they'll just run for the hills. So, either the llamas are terrifying, or they just can't stand the trader's fashion sense. Chiseled blocks are very mysterious because they look like mobs, such as the creeper or the wither. Some are a little weirder. Deep slate looks like it could be a shulker or a warden, but stone? That doesn't look like any mob in the game. Could it perhaps be a hint to a future mob we haven't seen yet? The great staring eye that watches me every night and knows where I hid those 10 bodies 10 years ago? Wait, I mean, I didn't do that. What are they talking about? Now imagine having the power to summon portals with a single button. No, this wasn't a mod. It was a real ability in Java Edition Alpha 1.2.2a. Players could spawn nether portals just by pressing F4. This was removed in the very next build, but for a fleeting moment, you could step into hell with a single button. Just make sure you don't press it by accident. This zombie piglin flesh is delicious! Oh, don't worry, I won't get sick, because before beta 1.8, zombie pigmen would drop delicious pork chops that were already cooked. Oh wait, that was zombie pigmen. This is a piglin. Oh, it hurts. But it's so good! Could you imagine villagers being even more helpless? Well, be grateful if you never experienced their early version in beta 1.9 pre-1. They couldn't open doors, didn't run and hide, couldn't become a zombie, but instead just died! And most awful of all, they couldn't make their classic trademark what a pathetic existence. Oh, sorry, is that like your granddad or something? Hey, I didn't mean it! I didn't mean it! Trapping mobs is a very difficult thing to do, whether it be for some kind of farm or to point and laugh at the enemy. But there is one easy way to trap these hostile mobs, and that is by using rails. This has a similar effect to if you had the mobs in Soul Sand, but with a lot more fun. There are a lot of rare mobs in Minecraft, but did you know one of the rarest is actually the pink sheep? The pink sheep only has a 0.1% chance to spawn naturally, making pink wool the hardest wool to find. But I bet you didn't know that there is a mob even rarer than the pink sheep, and that is a baby pink sheep. The baby pink sheep only has a spawn chance of 0.0082%, making it virtually a myth. This farmland has no water, and yet it's still hydrated. That's because blocks don't need to be connected to water to get the effects. Hide the water behind map squares, and people will call the police because that is illegal! Behold my lava container. It's completely made of wood, but trapdoors don't catch fire, which is definitely broken because you can use them to hold a free-flowing lava block like magic. Lava can be a decoration, but if there's any empty block above it, it makes a lot of noise. Avoid this by putting string on top. You still get to see it, but it's as quiet as a mouse. Works great to silence certain traps too. Everyone wants a secret underwater base, but will often forget where it is. Well, how about this genius hack that uses a magma bubble column? It'll drag you down to the right spot to activate a hidden door or redstone contraption, letting you into your own personal underwater home. This warped fungi is the key to this home with this new hack. You basically have to hold a strider hidden in the wall, sitting in a 2-block space of flowing lava. If you hold out the warped fungi, the strider will walk up the lava to get it, activating the mechanism and opening the door. Then when you put the fungi away, the strider will slide back into place. One crazy Minecraft fact is that chests don't burn, even in lava. So if you want to hide your valuables, put them under a lava lake. If it's shallow enough, like 1 block deep, then you can access the chest while staying on dry land, and the lava will cover it completely. Make build sea mines to protect yourself from the drown. Just use a waxed copper block, lightning rods, and a chain to the seafloor, and your mine is complete. They don't actually work though, so maybe I should have brought a sword. Have you ever run away from an army of mobs and gotten completely lost? These handy signs can point you right where you need to go. They're made using a picture frame with stairs held in it. You turn the stairs to point where you need it, then put a sign on top and right where the sign is pointing. This doesn't help me though, because I don't know where I am! Want to make a huge tower that's near unbreakable? Here's a super fast way of doing it. Make the outline of your tower at the height you want the tower to be. Put lava pouring off the sides, and then pour water from atop that. Remove the water, and you've got a near impenetrable fortress. You need to know where you're digging and what you want out of it before starting your journey. If you want diamonds, consult this chart. It shows you that diamonds start generating at Y16 and get more and more common the further down you go, with the most appearing right at the bottom of the world. Use ravines! It's a trick that all pros know because you don't need to waste time digging a hole when one has already been made for you. There's a greater chance of getting lost, sure, but you can dive right down and find exposed rare ones without using a pickaxe once. Did you know you can jump up more than one block in Minecraft? This is called a blip up. Basically, you trick the game into thinking you are on a higher block than you actually are. This then lets you jump up multiple blocks. However, it requires a fair bit of setup, so probably is not that useful. People will often MLG into a bed. It is certainly one of the biggest flexes you can do with your friends. But how about swimming into bed? Well, if you position yourself just right as you approach the bed, then you will actually have the swimming animation while you lie in bed. Is this some kind of water bed? Secondly, only massive noobs search for ancient cities manually. Just head on over to Chunk Base and plug in your world seed to find all the ancient cities next to you.
But Mallow, isn't this cheating?
Hey, we want to get rich, alright? Who cares about ethics? You might not believe me, but it's possible to x-ray through the entire ocean without downloading any external help. All you need is a potion of night vision. Chug this down and immediately go into your settings to turn your brightness to 50. This allows you to see for miles without the danger of Mojang unaliving you in seconds. Finding ocean monuments, geodes, strongholds, and ultimately insane amounts of treasure has never been easier. Alerting skulk sensors is one of the most horrifying experiences in the game, and there's a huge probability that you'll die and lose all your goodies. But this is easily fixed by setting up an infinite sound machine. Just place down a skulk sensor, redstone repeater, and trapdoor. Not only does this prevent the warden from chasing you, but it'll give you enough time to sweep through the entire ancient city. Why the hell does this work so well? If the floor of your friend's base is only slab, then dig a tunnel under the ground of the building. Put a single water source block to have a little water flow through. If you ride a boat in that one block space, the water will bob you up through the floor and even let you interact with objects inside, like the button to open the door. Boats are amazing and can be used to break into buildings in a lot of ways. Put one on the roof and you can phase through by jumping in and out of the boat with perfect timing. Your friend might put an Elder Guardian near their base, giving you mining fatigue, making it way harder to break blocks to get in. That's why you should always bring buckets of milk. But if you don't have that, set up a bed spawn nearby and kill yourself! Mining fatigue is a 5-minute cooldown, so you'll have plenty of time to break in and loot the place before it can hit you with it again. Cats in Minecraft have a pretty bizarre history. When they were first introduced, you would have to tame an ocelot and then you would get a cat. But this was eventually revoked and a separate cat mob was created. But did you know that the ocelots are quite weird in how they spawn in Minecraft, as technically they are considered a hostile mob. This is true as they will not spawn in a peaceful world in Minecraft. No! Come back, little kitty! There is only one place you can find naturally spawning carpets, and that is the Woodland Mansion. However, you cannot find every type of carpet here. The Woodland Mansion in Minecraft Bedrock Edition is unable to spawn with orange or light blue carpets. This is because light blue carpets are used in the ancient cities, and then orange carpets appear in villages within the savannah, meaning that every carpet can be found naturally within the game. There are not many mobs in Minecraft that never touch the ground, but the ones that we know of are allays, vexes, and ghast. However, did you know that these mobs are still capable of destroying turtle eggs? For those who do not know, turtle eggs will break when a mob or player stands on top of them, and this will also happen if an allay floats above them for some strange reason. Job blocks were first added in Minecraft 1.14, and this brought blocks like the lectern, fletching table, cartography table, and more. Some of these blocks were actually meant to be added into the game beforehand, such as the lectern, which Dinnerbone developed back in 2012. However, the job block proved to be far too buggy and was pushed all the way back to 2018. Did you know that glazed terracotta can actually spawn naturally? Well, despite it being one of the ugliest blocks in the game, you can actually find almost every type of glazed terracotta in the wild. The reason I say almost every is because you cannot find green, magenta, or pink glazed terracotta naturally in the overworld. Again, I hate these blocks, so really would not have an issue if none of them could be found naturally. When you grow sugarcane, it can only grow up to 3 blocks tall. However, did you know that sugarcane that spawns naturally actually has a 1 in 9 chance to generate 4 blocks tall? Wow, so much sugar and it's all for me! Whee! When Minecraft were developing the Deep Dark, they were trying to make the best blocks and environment for the new part of the cave system. So much so that at one point they were testing out some different names for Deep Slate, and were at one point about to call Deep Slate Grimstone instead. This would have been a far more eerie name for the blocks. I'll never look at Chorus Fruit the same way again. They can teleport you to crazy places, including into danger, but they can actually save your life. If you're falling into the void, just eat one and it will teleport you to the nearest surface without any fall damage. I have seen the invisible. Everyone knows that Minecraft is made of blocks, and those blocks are generated in chunks. But what if you could actually see those chunks and where the lines are? You can if you press F3 and G and see where those chunks begin and end. The full moon used to be a source of comfort. It looked so pretty. But now all I see is invisible spiders hiding around every corner. It turns out that at a full moon, all sorts of crazy things happen, including a higher chance of invisible spiders spawning outside my house. Everyone has heard the creepy and disgusting sounds in the Crimson Forest. But did you know that it's actually just a regular old balloon? Rubbing and stretching and twisting balloons can create some really strange sounds, and when mixed just right, can end up sounding absolutely creepy. I can never look at balloons the same way again. Have you ever seen Invincible TNT? When you activate TNT in version 1.14.4, it goes into an invincible state, and if you shoot arrows at it, they will actually bounce right off, sometimes right back at you. Although, if you're close enough to get hit by the rebound, you've got bigger problems. Look at this vertical stone slab. It's actually just a stone fence post. Surround it with water and dripstone blocks with a gap between. When you place TNT on the side of the fence, it will think there's a proper block there. It will update its design, but the TNT will still fall, leaving the fence in this wide shape that should be impossible. Just make sure you do this right. Behold the infinite obsidian walls at the center of the world! In the very first version of Infdef Minecraft, there were two infinite walls of obsidian that intersected at 0, 0, the center of the world. This was because coordinates hadn't been implemented yet. I mean, how else do you show the center of the world without two massive walls that go on forever? That's how I remember important places. You should see my house. It's very expensive. What happened to roses in Minecraft? Well, they got replaced by poppies that you can actually make things with. The same thing happened to cyan flowers, which are now extinct. But hey, who doesn't love a bouquet of poppies for Valentine's Day? Nobody? No wonder I don't have a girlfriend. This item was never supposed to exist! The crystallized honey was accidentally added in snapshot 19W34A and was removed almost instantly in 19W42A. Some say it was supposed to be a food source, but we'll never know now because it was taken away! Luckily, I have the last remaining piece of honey from all those years ago. Maybe I shouldn't have left it out for years. The fishing rod is one of the most versatile items in the game. You can reel in just about anything, whether that be fish, mobs, armor stands, shulker attacks, and even players. Another funny Easter egg by the developers was the introduction of languages to the game. Now, most of these languages are pretty normal. However, some stick out as being a bit bizarre. These languages are lolcat, pirate speak, Shakespearean, and upside-down English. But the most well-known are definitely Klingon and one of the Elvish languages from Lord of the Rings. Obsidian is one of the hardest blocks in Minecraft, but did you know it has the same explosion resistance as a leaf block? Simply waterlog the leaf block and then explode away, and your precious chest of diamonds will be completely fine. Use subterfuge! If your friend is in need of a certain mob, like a particular villager or perhaps the ultra-rare brown panda, get one for yourself and offer to bring it to their base. You can lead it over, and you'll get access to the base as you bring the creature into its new home. Once inside, steal as many items as you can. It's fair payment for such a rare panda. An endangered species, you know. Fencing has been used to cover this entire opening. There's no way in without breaking it, unless you get a trapdoor. The crawl mechanic actually changes your hitbox, and with a fence like this, if you set up a trapdoor right next to it and make yourself crawl, you'll be halfway through the fence already. Just keep moving through and you'll slide right in without breaking a single block. Curing zombie villagers takes way too long, but did you know that you can speed this up? It turns out there's a secret mechanic where placing 14 iron bars or 7 beds within a space of 4 blocks around the villager speeds up the curing process. Get fortune on all of your tools as soon as you can. The Fortune 3 hoe can get 5 potatoes from a single plant. Flint can come from every block of gravel, and diamonds are plentiful wherever you go. You're wasting resources the longer you don't have Fortune 3. Fill your pool instantly by using this pro strat using ICE towers and weird physics. Basically, 2 water source blocks with a gap between them turns that gap into a source block. So if you line an area with ice block towers with a space between them on 2 sides, then change them to water, they will fill the pool entirely with source blocks almost instantly. Respawning in the nether needs a respawn anchor, but it only has a certain amount of charge. It used to be that you had to manually recharge the anchor, but now you can simply dispense glowstone into it, and it will work. Make this setup filled with as much glowstone as you can get, and you can die 100 times and not lose your respawn. One mistake the Mojang developer Surge made actually stayed in the game for 3 years, and no one noticed. According to Surge, he messed up parts of the world generation so that the direction right was actually forward and back was actually left. The funny part of this is that nobody noticed, despite how infuriating this mistake may be. Fireworks and elytras have become paired with each other. You will never use an elytra without having its trusty sidekick nearby. However, this was not always the case. When the elytra was first added to the game, firework rockets did nothing. The elytra was meant to be more of a glider than wings, and so Mojang decided to not implement a way for them to fly, until players discovered all they had to do was shoot themselves with a punch-to bow. Then they would be able to fly to their heart's content. Have you ever wanted to ruin your friend's base with nothing but an annoying noise? Well, there are a few mobs in Minecraft that can make some pretty annoying noises. First up, you have creepers and their hissing noise, but this may be a little too destructive for a harmless prank. There are also bats, but they despawn way too frequently. There's one more mob above all of these that can be a real pain for all of your friends: the goat. If you hide enough goats underneath your friend's base, they will scream non-stop. If you hide them well enough, then your friend may not be able to find them, turning their house into a horror movie. There is a way to crash a Minecraft server using the player inventory and a single command. By running the command /give player stake 999999, you can overflow their inventory, causing 997,695 stakes to be dropped on the floor, and this would crash literally any Minecraft server due to the sheer amount of stakes being dropped. Minecraft has to figure out a value for each and every stake and give it an animation too, and as such, this will overload the CPU of the server and destroy it. I just shrunk the whole world into a single glass block. Look, even small animals are trapped inside. Okay, not really. It's an illusion made by a glass block, sitting in front of a large room dug deep into the ground. Look at it from the right perspective and it looks like it's actually held inside the glass. Yes, my trapped little creatures! That's what you get for stealing my watermelons. These circles are lying to you. They're actually the same size. The trick is what you put the circles next to. When put next to large things, it looks small. Put it next to small things, it looks large. Your brain tries to gauge something's size by comparing it to the objects around it, and so it gets totally tricked by this illusion. That's why I only stand next to small things. I'm tall, I swear. Look out, a giant is coming for us. Or is it? Much like the circles, these are the same size. But because the tunnel is there, the zombie that is higher up looks like it's standing on the pavement at the back, making it look much bigger. In reality, they're harmless. Oh wait, no they're not! They're zombies! Help! Help! There are some mods that add things like cookers and microwaves into the game, but did you know you can actually do this in vanilla Minecraft? Well, if you use iron trap doors and surround a block with a painting on it, you can create this amazing looking microwave. As for the cooker, just put an iron trap door on top of a furnace and it looks like a stove. Animal farms in Minecraft are boring. You always have a fence surrounding some animals on a grass block plot. However, this tiny little detail will help bring your animal pens to life. If you have a chicken pen, scatter some little hay beds around on an item frame, and then place an egg within the item frame. And all of this just uses a horn coral fan. But make sure you waterlog the block it is on, otherwise it begins to look a little bit dead. Minecraft houses rarely come with bathrooms. This is both due to your player never using the bathroom and also how hard they are to create. However, this exceptional design lets you create a shower that actually looks like a shower. So no longer conform to your gamer tendencies. Build this shower today! Fish are some of the most underappreciated mobs in Minecraft. However, you can build these fish a rule-breaking home using just one block. Scaffolding can be waterlogged, and then you can place your adorable little fishy friends into this fish tank. Just make sure you do not break the scaffolding. Mobs keep breaking into my bases, and I am tired of it! So I found this amazing house hack that will stop any mobs from entering my house. Whenever a zombie chases me into my house, I turn around, open up this trapdoor, and watch them fall to their death. I need a way to intimidate all of my enemies before they come anywhere near my base. I know. I will build a giant bear to scare away all of my enemies. Oh no, I built a giant teddy bear. Well, this build hack will be immensely useful if you want a house that is both cuddly and aesthetically pleasing. Oh, what a cute house. I don't know about you guys, but I think the hardest thing to build in Minecraft is a kitchen. Well, no more! As this build hack makes an amazing looking kitchen entirely in vanilla Minecraft. And the best part is, it is entirely functional, with multiple blocks with multiple different usages. Bedrooms in Minecraft are boring. They all just have a bed, maybe two with some bookcases either side. However, thanks to this amazing bed build hack, you can make a bed that is far nicer to look at, and that is far more comfortable too. It It is a massive misconception that crops need to be in direct contact with water to grow well. In reality, a water source can allow crops within 4 blocks of it to grow. This means with just 1 block of water, you can grow 16 crops. Respawn anchors are one of the most useful items that have been added to Minecraft. There's only one downside. You can only respawn a few times and might often forget to recharge it. But there's an easy way to fix this by placing a dispenser filled with glowstone facing towards the respawn anchor and attaching 2 observers facing each other. You can set up this observer clock that constantly recharges your respawn anchor. Whenever you build your house, never use full blocks for flooring. This is because most slabs have a much larger blast resistance than normal blocks and could make the difference between you sleeping in your bed or your entire house being blown up into pieces. Use a VPN. Microsoft hate when people try to bend the rules, so they will ban you if they find out you're using a VPN. You can use Mojang as a weapon. Go into a server and report everyone in the server to be banned. It might even work, getting innocent people banned for no reason. But if the server owners don't ban you, Mojang will catch on and ban you for false reports. Rule PvP with this evil cheat that will definitely get you banned. If you can access commands, turn your armor invisible with this command. That'll teach them for giving you so much power. Do you know snow golems are the hardest mob to trap in Minecraft? They will always be looking for a way out of anything you trap them in, leading to some hilarious snow golem maze possibilities. Help! I'm falling and have nothing to clutch with! Well, if you had a potion of slow falling, you could easily save yourself. Simply throw the potion at the floor as you land and you will save yourself from certain death. Speaking of certain death, there is only one mob that can instantly kill you in Minecraft. And believe it or not, it is not the Warden, Wither, or Ender Dragon, but actually the Charged Creeper. One explosion from a Charged Creeper is enough to kill you in full netherite armor. Did you know that you can make potions with a crafting table? Well, sort of. If you craft Suspicious Stew, you can give yourself any potion effect in the game, and it all depends on what flower you use to make the stew. Alliums, for example, will give you fire resistance. However, one of these flowers is more unique, and that is the Lily of the Valley. If you made Suspicious Stew using this flower, it would actually poison you. This is because the Lily of the Valleys is actually a poisonous flower in real life. You've heard of going above bedrock, but what about below it? In an older version of Minecraft, you could phase through the bottom layer of bedrock by placing a boat on the thinnest part of the water. Okay, this was a horrible idea, Dad! I wish I could unsee the flower textures forever. Mojang decided to curse my eyes by using 2D sprites for all potted plants and not making them 3D. This almost feels as wrong as mining diamonds with a stone pickaxe.
Where the f***'s the diamonds?
Everyone has heard of the legendary Mushroom Islands. These are the rarest biome in the game, with a 2% spawn rate. But there is something even rarer, this giant mushroom continent. And if you thought these grids are meant to show chunks, you're dead wrong, because this goes on for nearly 800 chunks. Hold on a second, why does it look like Australia? You've always heard people say that only noobs dig straight down because you're never gonna know where you're going. So how likely is it you die a horrible death? Well, according to Minecraft, 1 in 150, because this is the probability that you dig straight into lava. Wait, that's only a 0.67% chance! It can't be that bad. Somebody help me, for God's sake! Back in 2018, some players had the luck of a god and found 2 seas that had filled end portals. But some coders weren't satisfied with this and decided to take this one step further. By taking advantage of Minecraft world generation and some Einstein-level math, they increased the number of seas to 65,534 on this site. The Riptide Trident can let you fly through the air. But there's an issue. It works when you're wet, but if you're submerged in the water, you actually don't fly as high when you launch. This is because the water that you're in slows you down like crazy. Really, you should be standing in a puddle. And it works way better. Now, I definitely can't unsee this. When you connect 2 blocks of this glazed terracotta together, you end up with the face of a penguin. They're peeking up over the edge of the block. Put them in your guest bedroom so they can watch your friends sleep. This villager is unemployed and he just hates it. Now you can tell. Put a workstation 32 blocks away in a super complex maze. The villager will make his way to it without fail. Look at him go! This diamond sword looks so awesome and blue, but it's actually hiding a secret. Did you know that if you lower the contrast on your device to 0, you're gonna find that it looks exactly the same as the iron sword? I spent so many diamonds on this sword and it doesn't even look different. These bees are so heavy. Or maybe turtle eggs are super fragile because even bees, one of the smallest mobs in the game, will break eggs below them. Flying doesn't help either, as the Ghast, Phantom, and Alley all break eggs below them. What did the the eggs do so wrong? When I look at a llama, all I will see is a vengeful beast because of this secret behavior. If you have the llama on a leash and you do something to upset it, it'll spit at you and will not stop until you are dead. Have you ever seen parrots swarm other mobs? Whether it's zombies, skeletons, or cows, parrots will actually follow them just for fun. This replicates how real birds like parrots and crows will follow, mimic, and even taunt other animals. I swear the one following me is calling me names behind my back. Leave me alone! What if turtles could be even bigger? Well, keep an eye out for breeding turtles, since the one that holds the eggs actually becomes slightly bigger before crawling away to find a good place to lay. I killed a bunch of these bigger turtles, thinking they might drop a turtle chest plate. It didn't work, and now I'm wanted in 4 countries. Did you know that waterlogged leaves don't freeze, even in the coldest climates? You can use them to water your crops, decorate your home, or even surround a dangerous explosive. Ice may shatter when a wither attacks, but waterlogged leaves have the strength of obsidian. I wonder if I would become as strong as obsidian if I waterlogged myself. I'm as strong yet! Everyone knows cats have 9 lives, but this is also true in Minecraft, as cats can get absolutely impaled by dripstone and take no damage at all. That's because the game doesn't register full damage for cats due to their reputation for surviving massive falls. So even on jagged rocks, the damage doesn't count. So if I wear a kitty skin, I'll be invincible. This lava doesn't hurt me at all. That's because it's a lava spawner and not actual lava. It acts as a solid block, but can be built upon, doesn't set anything on fire, and doesn't emit any light. The purpose of it was to generate lava all around it. It would create real lava blocks over time that would act like normal lava. So technically you could build a wooden house on it, but it wouldn't last long. Some of Minecraft's great mysteries were lost in patches too. In Java Edition 1.2.1, Sandstone had 2 extra textures that could be generated, creating cryptic patterns. This diamond with eyes peeking out, and this set of 4 symbols, a creeper face, Steve, an eye, and a block or slab. What were the meanings behind this strange display? I'll dedicate my life to finding out. Nah, I'm bored. Let's go fight a dragon. Who is the strongest boss in Minecraft? The Wither or the Ender Dragon? Well, this is disheartening. Turns out that the Wither and the Ender Dragon cannot actually damage each other at all. Wait, that means that their attention is all on me! Minecraft has countless seasonal events. Presents as chests at Christmas, jack-o'-lanterns are mobs for Christmas, but the biggest seasonal changes come during the April Fool's event, where Mojang have done things like taking away your inventory, making you unable to craft, and even creating a huge multiverse for you to explore. I think I'm a bit lost. Go nuke the server! Using slime blocks, pistons, detectors, and a minecart, build a flying TNT duplicator just like this one and watch it trundle ominously over the server, dropping bombs with every step. Leave no player alive and no building left standing! Use this secret trick to see players through walls. Pressing F3 and A refreshes all visuals and will show entities first for a split second. Spam it and you can track people down to hunt and kill them. You can stack enchanted books with this secret exploit. Just put 2 books in a grindstone, and if the books are cursed, then the grindstone can't do anything to them. It just puts 2 books stacked together as a result. This illegal exploit makes you way stronger in the nether. Just hold up your shield while walking through the portal, and when you step out the other side, the game will assume you've always got it up, so you can sprint and fight while still blocking at the same time. Using ice to slide in a diagonal is near impossible, unless you use this simple trick. Place the ice in a diagonal pattern, and then fill the edges with water. The water will keep you centered, and you'll keep going as fast as ever. This genius hack means this water will not spill out of its little space. It looks like nothing's stopping it, but it's actually the glow lichen on the sides here that completely stops the water flowing out. It blends into a room so much better than a sign does too. Make a near invisible elevator using humble leather boots. Basically, if you have a white room, you can put powdered snow instead of a wall and use leather boots to climb up it, making your new elevator near invisible. Carpets can hide a lot of things. Hide a redstone block underneath the carpet, and it will still activate when you step on it, which can then open up all sorts of contraptions without making noise like a pressure plate would. How about throwing a pizza party? Picture frames holding campfires look like pizza slices. The actual pizza box is 2 trapdoors, one over a 2-block pit with 3 layers of snow. Put an armor stand on that with a pumpkin head and drop it through the trapdoor, and the top of the pumpkin will peek out. Add a bunch of different angles, and you've got a kind of round pizza. Now you can distract the golems with pizza, and they won't attack anyone. You can make a real working chair that looks totally seamless. Put a minecart built above a chest in the ground. Break the block above to let the cart drop out of the chest. Next, add a wooden slab and push it into the cart with a piston. Then build the rest of the chair around it. Wait, someone messed with this chair. Are those rails? Ah! Everyone knows playing chess makes you look super smart. So, make a chess set by pushing 4 armor stands into the same pit, putting chainmail helmets on them, and pushing a smooth quartz slab in from above. Black and white candles look like chess pieces to complete the set. Who wants a game? I'm super good. I even know that these guys are called horsies. Wait, is that Magnus Carlsen? We have dogs in Minecraft, and we have cats. But we, for some reason, do not have the third most popular pet, fish. Now, I know, we do have fish, but we do not have the ability to tame fish. Sure, you can trap them in a 1x1 aquarium, but that does not feel the same as having dogs or cats within the game. Mojang, please add a fish that I can tame. Jungles feel a little bit lacking in the mob department, as it only has 2 native mobs to the jungle, being the panda and the parrot. However, this is because Mojang refuses to add this next mob into the game. Monkeys would have made a very interesting addition to Minecraft. They would be able to swing from branch to branch, and would most likely have come with a banana item in order to tame them. I can understand why monkeys aren't in the game though, as this sounds like a coding nightmare. Bedrock has one of the weirdest world generations out of any version of Minecraft. However, this first generation feature I could have sworn was exclusive to mods. In Bedrock Edition, there is a chance that when you spawn into a forest of any kind, you will find a log on the ground, almost as if a tree has fallen over. Why this didn't exist in Java Edition, we may never know. It seems that at one point, Microsoft were considering changing up the item pool for Bedrock Edition, as there are numerous textures that were exclusively found within the Bedrock Edition of Minecraft. These textures include things like a camera, chalkboard, and a weird blue textured rose. These features were never fully implemented, but they were exclusive to Bedrock Edition for a while. Pros are always trying to take the best photos. Here's some simple tips and tricks. Turn your FOV down to around 30. This makes much less distortion and keeps the focus on the subject. And make sure to have a little something interesting in the background and foreground, as long as it isn't distracting from the subject. Get the most out of your tools by using them efficiently. With a pickaxe, you need to dig at its maximum range. This gives you enough space to walk forward and dig without stopping, and lets you break blocks faster than you would otherwise. Redstone ore is the only reactive ore. Whenever you walk past redstone ore or interact with it, it will light up and then go dark again, except for deep slate redstone ore. Mojang clearly forgot to make deep slate redstone ore go darker after a while, so now you can use it as a light block. Wait, why is it so dark? Everyone knows that you can fly in survival Minecraft. You can do this with an elytra, boats, and even with a pig. However, what most people didn't know is that you used to be able to fly up using a fishing rod. All you need to do this is a fishing rod and a minecart between updates 1.9 and 1.15, and then just spam away. I think I've flown a bit too high. Ever wanted to make a cloud? Probably not. But this illusion lets you do just that. It's just a lot of stained glass block walls layered with a block gap between each layer. Make enough of them and make them big enough, and the edges fade, looking realistically fluffy like a real cloud. Makes you want to dive into it. Ow. Pop quiz, which is darker, the left or the right? Trick question, they're both the same color. Haha. Your brain figures out color by referencing the colors around it. So if the yellow is next to more white blocks, then it appears light. Put it next to these green blocks though, and the opposite happens. It's a crazy illusion that happens all the time in real life. Minecraft, the most realistic game confirmed. Oh, someone's at the door. This entire house has been rotated and is actually on its side. And that's not a door opening, it's a hole in the floor. Pulling this off even requires a fake sky outside to sell the illusion. It is a nice house though. The only plant in Minecraft that grows on a wall is a cocoa bean. However, in a lot of house gardens, this can look a bit wrong. What you should be doing instead is mixing in redstone ore with the wall, and then covering it up with vines. This creates this incredibly unique hanging roses design that certainly no one at Mojang ever planned. Unfortunately, mirrors cannot be added into Minecraft. This is largely due to how Minecraft runs, and mirrors can really affect that. However, some players have taken it upon themselves to create a slightly different illusion to create mirrors and reflective surfaces, rebuilding the entire room as a reflection. This works really well for any reflective floors, and breaks the rules that there are no mirrors in the game. I'm a vivid camera enthusiast myself, but I feel like Minecraft never really met my photography needs until I found this build hack. As you can actually build a camera in Minecraft. Now I can finally reenact my favorite movie scenes. Wait, no, not that one! Every time my friends come to visit me in Minecraft, I can never find a space for them to sleep in. Thanks to this build hack though, I will always have a bed for my friends whenever they come over. By placing a bed and adding some signs and trapdoors to the side of it, you can make this authentic looking sofa bed or futon. Now all of my friends can come and hang out. Oh, wait, that's right. Villager lampposts are so boring! Let's change that. Thanks to these 4 incredibly unique designs, you can make your village feel a little bit more modern and decorated than it did before. Wait, no, your village is lovely, I promise. I've finally finished building my desk, and it's time to sit back and get some work done. Oh wait, I forgot to build the chair. Well, thanks to this next build hack, I can build myself a lovely looking gaming chair for my desk. By using an iron bar, some trapdoors, a carpet, and a unique banner, you can make this amazing looking gaming chair. It is a little bit solid though, not very comfortable. 4 out of 10. Something that you never knew was that TNT is affected by weapon enchantments. For example, if you use a flame enchanted bow to light up a block of TNT with a looting item in your offhand, you can farm tons of drops instantly. This can be especially useful in farming music discs. What do you think is the best way to find ancient cities? Dig straight down like a noob? Noob! Ancient cities always generate at any level of -52 and are most likely to be found under a mountain. Find out if the server owner has a pet, then find an animal that looks just like it in the game. Tag it with the same name, then taunt the server owner as you kill the pet in cold blood. It's an awful thing to do and will definitely get you banned. Why not go further? Find their real pet and kill it in front of them! Though you'll probably get banned from society for that one. See you in jail! This special book will get you insta-banned. If you fill a book with text, get a bunch of books filled with that text, and then put it in a shulker box, the moment anyone opens that box, the server overloads and the player is instantly banned. Destroy the rarest item in the game. If you get into a server early, speedrun killing the Ender Dragon and get that dragon egg first. Chuck it into the void and nobody will ever get the egg ever without cheating. I have found a secret which is absolutely game-breaking. The Nether is a very dangerous place for any Minecraft player. However, for those who want to fight the Ender Dragon, they have to go to the Nether and fight one of the hardest enemies in the game, the Blaze. However, did you know blazes have one big weakness in snowballs? Throwing snowballs at these blazes will actually damage them and make killing them a little bit easier. Did you know that giving a wolf certain effects will make its tail spin? You just need to give a wolf maximum regeneration, health boost, and absorption, and then he will become a very happy doggo. One other secret comes from armor stands. If you look at the texture for armor stands in the bottom right, you would see the name Surge. This is actually the name of the person who implemented armor stands into the game. Also, if you look on the bottom left, you will see the name Jaffa, who was a texture artist for the armor stand. Certainly a nice Easter egg for the developers. Rails are one of the best things Mojang added to the game, but we can make them even better by simply putting a trapdoor below them, which makes it so they can float in midair. Pair this up with a contraption like the one shown to get minecarts with infinite momentum, and you can quite literally have the most illegal railway in the game. You should always have a hoe that is enchanted with Fortune 3 when farming, which will allow you to quite literally triple the rate at which you can get food. For example, you can get up to 9 melon slices for each melon block farmed. This enchantment is so broken. Bone meal is one of the most important resources you need in order to get rich fast, and in the Cherry Grove biome, you can get a huge amount of it in just a few minutes. To do so, quickly harvest all the pink petals you see, or you can be even faster and use a water bucket and place the water like this to get a huge flow. Give me all those petals! Pink sheep are one of the rarest mobs to exist in the game with a spawn rate of 0.164%, but most people have still managed to discover these easily. Only true OGs know about the baby pink sheep, which is 20 times as rare with a spawn rate of 0.0082%. Yeah, if you manage to find this, you deserve infinite emeralds. If you manage to get the same seed twice in Minecraft, you should go be doing something else with your life because you're pretty lucky. Actually, pretty is the worst way to describe it since it is mathematically impossible at a chance of 1 in 7.9 times 10 more than 28. How could this many zeros even exist? You're a massive noob if you thought tall grass was a common block. It's actually as rare as a heart of the sea. You just don't realize it. This is because neither shears nor silk touch works on tall grass, and you can only obtain them through chests in savannah villages. The worst part is that you can find one of these in 2.2 chests. So to fill a double chest, you'll have to scavenge 7,600 villages. Is this a mistake or a horrible decision? Huh, Mojang? The bad decisions don't end there though. Large ferns which have a 3% chance to spawn on a block are only found in spruce villages, spawning only 18.6% of the time. This item is called the Heart of the Sea, but this is actually a lie! Because when you craft it as a conduit and fully wrap it in 42 blocks of prismarine to activate it, the heart will open. It's actually an eye! Mojang have lied to us! I can't look at people's farms anymore. All I think about is how slow they're growing. That's because people don't know how you're supposed to alternate your veggies in rows. One row of carrots, one of potatoes, and another of whatever else you're growing. For some reason, the plants grow way faster as a result. Redstone activation can be slow over long distances, but did you know that wall connectors count as a redstone connecting block no matter how tall it is? That means you can instantly activate redstone with a contraption like this. Did you know that the wither feels guilt? Whenever a wither kills a poor innocent creature, a small wither rose will be planted to honor its memory. Be careful though, as that flower can cause a wither effect on you, and even other creatures like bees who are just trying to pollinate. Maybe I shouldn't have given a bouquet of wither roses to my girlfriend. Most people will beg to know what their pet dog is thinking. Well, it might be thinking, oh god, I'm about to die! You can tell by the way their tail looks. As the lower their tail is bent, the lower their health is. I wonder what other secret messages these pooches are trying to tell us. How dare you say that about my mother? The big sticky block of pure wax was accidentally added to Java Edition 1.15. It was later added along with bees and beehives, and were removed less than 2 months later. Can you imagine being the Mojang employee who messed that one up? But it's okay, we all make mistakes. The fabled cog or gear was the original version of redstone. It's unclear how they would be made, but you could place them on the side of blocks, and they looked super cool. Unfortunately, by the time redstone was made, cogs were completely abandoned. Just like what my parents did to me when they left me to be raised by wolves. I'm so glad those wolves on the internet, or I'd never have found out about Minecraft, so, you know. You used to be able to control how the whole world was generated. The customized world type was made to give you full control over world generation. You could decide the biome, the sea level, the structures, the ores, almost everything. It got replaced by buffet mode, which mixes the nether, end, and overworld. But I want a world made entirely from diamonds. That's okay, I made the world in creative mode, so there's nothing but diamonds. Wait, how do I make a pickaxe without a tree? Skeletons are the most broken mobs in the game with their aimbots. If you don't move, they are practically guaranteed to hit you. But did you know that you can trick a skeleton into shooting itself? When you come face to face with a skeleton, build up a couple of blocks and have the skeleton shoot directly up at you. If you position it just right, you can have the skeleton shoot itself. Did you know the beacon has had 4 different textures in its history? Initially, it was just a slightly smaller glass block. Then they added in this weird little crystal, much like an end crystal. Then they changed it to be this weird diamond-coated glass block, before finally settling on what we have today. In survival, you cannot get end portal frames. Well, you can't get them anymore. As back in 1.9, you actually used to be able to obtain these frames. All you have to do is find this weird blue end portal frame and then place 1 TNT in the middle and voila! You have an end portal flame. Back in 1.19, Mojang had an amazing idea. Have frogs jump through the air to catch and eat fireflies. It seemed perfect to Mojang and everyone was super excited. However, this is when Mojang found out that fireflies can actually be poisonous to a lot of frogs. So they decided that it was best to remove it from the game. Name tags are a very useful but very difficult to find item, only coming from villages and dungeons. But did you know that there is a way to name multiple mobs with just 1 name tag? Simply find a giant slime and name it whatever you want. Then defeat it and all of the baby slimes will have the same name. Behold the Hollow! It was an early version of the Warden and was scrapped for being way too scary. But since it was a functional prototype, you can still find references to it in the game's code. This illegal technique lets you put lava floating above water without either of them touching. All you have to do is put a sign in the water block and the lava can't burn it, but won't flow into it either. Create crazy, impossible water features just by using honey and pistons. Put them in this setup and the water will be diverted like this. Use this to make the water flow as you like and destroy all the blocks you placed. The water will keep that shape. This soft hack lets you soundproof your surroundings. Wool can actually be used to block sounds from getting to a skulk sensor, which is great if you only wanted noticing people breaking into your house. Cobblestone generators can be a pain with the risk of making obsidian, but mangrove roots save you from that struggle in a crazy hack. Waterlogged mangrove roots count as a water source block, but it doesn't flow, so the water won't touch the lava, meaning obsidian won't get made, but you'll get cobblestone all day. Daylight sensors can be used in all sorts of genius hacks, including this grandfather clock that actually tells the time. This sensor can detect the gradual change in lights depending on the time of day and will send signal updates based on that. Connect that to a bell and you've got a countdown to nightfall. This honey block hack makes a great conveyor belt, as the blocks are pushed around with pistons in a circle. You can put armor stands or even loose items on that honey, and it will carry it around. It's been used for armor sets and even for a sushi bar. Look at this little baby temple for little baby treasures. It's made of all the same materials taken from a desert temple, and buttons are used for the details and patterns that are normally made with whole blocks. Let's climb inside and get those treasures. Oh wait, a little baby TNT. Oh god, I'm gonna die! This hack uses dark and light wood signs surrounded in wood frame to make a pool table. Put green carpet over the signs and only the top can be seen, looking like pool cues. Now, if only I had friends to play with. Swing got a real swing that actually swings! This uses a secret minecart underground with powered rails angled up on either end of the swing distance. The minecart has a boat in it with a bunny and a strider, both with leads attached to the posts built around the swing. Put a saddle on the strider and then turn it invisible as you ride it. The saddle looks like it's actually swinging by the leads. I hope I haven't made this too fast. Ah! This automatic fireplace magically knows when you're around. Skulk sensors in the floor activate dispensers with flint and steel in them. They light netherrack blocks that burn and light the room. Then when you leave, another sensor activates a dispenser with water inside, putting out the fire as you leave the room. Wait, why did it turn on? Is there a ghost in here? Pros know to never use lava to get rid of your items. It's dangerous and there's no second chances. Instead, use a cactus. Make a cross-shaped hole, cover it, put a trapdoor above, and a button above that. Now you can throw your items on the trapdoor. If you throw the wrong item, you can just pick it up again. Then when you're ready, press the button and watch the items get deleted by a cactus. Hauling around a bunch of potions can fill up your inventory real quick. So instead, use arrows. They can stack. And if you move forward fast enough and look slightly up, you can hit yourself with your own arrow. You get the same effect while not wasting space with potions. Getting into and out of buildings can be done at high speed and with no trace left behind using an ender pearl. Run to the wall and throw the pearl down at the corner where the wall and floor meet. Keep moving forward and you'll get to the other side. Pros use entity cramming for a lot of things. This is the act of putting way too many entities in the same single block space. Anything in there starts dying. And if you put a hopper beneath that, it's a very easy way to farm beef without huge contraption. But what if you want to destroy your friend's server but do not have access to commands? Well, how about creating one of the buggiest and glitchiest builds possible? And the best part is, all you need is a load of wooden planks. By making a giant platform in the sky and then filling it with boats, you do two things. Firstly, by creating loads of boats, you will easily lag out the server. But it gets better, because when you eventually drop the boats, any mobs that have spawned in will be stuck in them, making getting rid of them so much harder. One of the best ways you can completely destroy your friend's Minecraft server actually presents itself as a harmless prank. When your friends log off for the night, you want to sneak over to their base and chop down all of their trees and steal all of their saplings. Wow, that alone is cruel. But you can take this prank one step further, simply by replacing all of their trees with nether trees. Not only do they look ugly in the overworld, but the fake leaves they have do not decay, forcing your friend to spend ages breaking and destroying all of them. Watch out when looking at houses though, as some can look right back at you. This building has giant gaps built into it, which are dark on the inside, except for these activated redstone eyes that stare at you. And if you try to move to the side, the eyes will follow wherever you go. Stop following me! This building is a trap. Get too close to the wall and you'll slip right through into the void. One of the wall panels isn't actually there, and the insides are such a flat plain color that it tricks you into thinking it's a wall. Now I just have to find a way out of here. Uh-oh. This building is stretching! The black and white colors obscure shadows, so it becomes difficult to judge whether it's flat or mountainous. When moving toward or away from them like this, it gives the impression of swelling and shrinking like a living creature, pulsating in front of you. It's like a pulsating pimple. Makes me wanna pop it. This illusion makes you hallucinate. Stare into the black cross in the center of this image. Don't look away no matter what, and watch as this green cross starts circling the center. If you look away, you'll see it's just the pink crosses moving around in the other direction. When you focus on the center, your brain just has to fill in the gaps with what it thinks looks correct, and it can get completely tricked. The green cross is a hallucination! Are you a hallucination too? Gardens in Minecraft are kind of boring. You could have an amazing house but have a bad garden and it brings down the entire aesthetic of the house. So how can you have brilliant lighting in your garden without placing torches everywhere? Instead, use Glow Lightgen, a perfect block for lighting up your pathways whenever you do not want to line your pathways in torches or lanterns. And it's hidden from your sights unless you really look for it. Creating a lawn in Minecraft is normally done by just using grass blocks. However, if you want to bring some texture and color to your lawn, use this technique. By using moss blocks and grass blocks, you will create this golf course looking grass aesthetic. It certainly makes my lawn look a lot cleaner. Have you ever built a house in Minecraft with a lovely side garage for all of your manufacturing needs before realizing you cannot make a realistic looking door for your garage? Well, try this instead, as by using trapdoors, you can make a garage door that fits your build, although the functionality of this one is a bit more challenging. Cats are one of the best mobs in Minecraft. I mean, who wouldn't want a little furry companion to hang out with all the time? But cats in Minecraft never seem to get any cool updates. Thanks to this build hack, however, you can at least make them their very own cat tower. Aw, this looks so cute. Let me make one for my dog as well. If you are anything like me, you want to be as buff as possible. And thanks to this build hack, you can do this in Minecraft. By using some armor stands, end rods, black concrete, and a little bit of redstone magic, you can make yourself a realistic looking bench press in Minecraft. I hope I don't get too buff though. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Piggy. Mess with their armor dispensers. Put hidden waterlogged blocks there and hidden lava, so when they try to interact with the dispenser, they're overwhelmed in lava that quickly turns into obsidian. They won't have a diamond pickaxe to break out either, since if they're looking for armor, they probably just spawned. Find a way to get the debug stick. It's a special stick that can only be given with a command or robbed from a dead player. Get the debug stick and start clicking on everyone's beds. These beds are now marked as occupied and can't be used. To be a real menace, crash the server! It's easy with a lag machine, using this really simple redstone system that can be made as big as you want. The bigger you make it, the more it'll lag, until finally the whole server will crash! Another weird moment in Minecraft's history that Mojang would like to forget was when the Ender Dragon was so buggy it would just fly there and dance. And this can even still happen to this day. This next secret is even more hilarious. One thing you would not expect in Minecraft is an Easter egg for Age of Empires. If you have an evoker next to a blue sheep, the evoker will actually change the sheep to be red. This is a reference to priests in Age of Empires who turn your units into enemy units. What if I told you that it's possible to have ladders without having any ladders? For some reason, Minecraft freaks out when it comes to scaffoldings and lets you jump on their edge. This means you can spam the spacebar and get all the way to the top super fast. However, this isn't limited to scaffoldings alone. You can do this with powdered snow too. And getting down is incredibly simple. Just hold crouch while you're on the edge. Bad idea. If you thought that it rains because of clouds, you're a noob. Above the first set of clouds you see is another set of clouds that you can't see. According to Notch, this gray area is actually where the rain actually comes from. What's even weirder is that the rain falls one block into the void layer. Yeah, this was definitely never meant to happen. I hate Bedrock Edition! The only good thing that's ever come out of it is this super rare texture bug where villagers go to sleep like this. This is so unique that there are no other instances of this happening. I wonder though, maybe this guy's having too much of a good time. Cracked Magnet is literally the god of Minecraft seeds, and it's no wonder he managed to find this insane world. Not only is there a massive sinkhole, but there's a village place at the surface of the lake and at the bottom too. However, my favorite part is this cozy little underwater igloo. Who even lives here? Aquaman? If you're the proud owner of a few hundred horses like I am, you'll be shocked to know just how impossible it is to find horse armor in strongholds. These have an insanely low spawn rate at 2.5% in altar chests, and if that wasn't surprising enough, the chance you find all three variants, it's 0.001563%. What do I do with all these horses now? While there are 18.4 quintillion seeds in Minecraft, the math behind getting the same seed is gonna blow your mind. Thankfully, this user on Reddit did it for us, and figured out that you have to have a 1 in 340 decillion? Yeah, you know it's serious when the words are harder to say than the numbers. If you're still using oak, acacia, or wood, you're a massive noob. Use bamboo instead. This is because bamboo is wood, but on steroids. How, you may ask? Well, bamboo grows super fast, and the best part, you can farm these almost instantly with just a stone sword. Mahaha! All the bamboo is mine. Wait, maybe I should just buy wood from a villager instead. There are quite literally thousands of duplication glitches in Minecraft, but one of these is beyond overpowered. All you have to do is place fences below an end portal and drop a gravity block from 3 blocks above the portal. Unfortunately though, Mojang hates us having fun since this only existed in Java 1.19. Wait, what if I do this with... Back when Minecraft was just a small indie game, they were able to create updates incredibly quickly. However, the amount of time it took to fully create Minecraft will shock you. It only took Notch 6 days to create the first full version of Minecraft. Yet nowadays, it takes him a year to implement a single mob from a rigged vote. Come on, Mojang. Notch is known for being a bit controversial. However, the reason he sold Minecraft is actually quite wholesome. When Notch was looking to sell his shares in Minecraft, he took to Twitter and found out Microsoft were interested in buying them. But before selling them, Notch asked that his staff be taken care of going forward. Well, at least one good thing came out of the selling of Minecraft. When you create a world in Minecraft, you have a couple of different options. From a regular world to an amplified Minecraft world, there are so many options. However, did you know there is actually a hidden world type called debug mode? Debug mode is a hidden world type that can be accessed by holding the Alt key while pressing the world type button. This world is way too trippy for my liking. Minecraft has a long history of cancelled updates and features from the satchel all the way to the numerous cancelled mob votes. However, one cancelled feature was actually removed all the way back in Java Edition 1.2.1, and these are hieroglyphic textures, believed to have been planned to come into the game alongside the desert pyramids. These hieroglyphics were scrapped and never added. Uh-oh! Shulker sensors have been placed all over this minefield. One noise, and it all goes up! You could sneak by, but you can easily get caught. So you've got to move fast! The answer is to jump and sneak. If you constantly jump the entire way and press the sneak button, just as you hit the ground each time, you can go fast and stay quiet enough for the sensors not to notice you. This next trick will let you fly up to high buildings without TNT or elytra. The trick is to get your own pet shulker. You need to catch them in a boat or minecart that leads to the end gate out of the end city, and eventually through the main end portal into the overworld. Throw them away in a boat toward the target base and let yourself get cursed with levitation. You'll fly up into the sky, and with a good enough levitation, it won't matter how high the base is. All the paintings in the game are pixel versions of real paintings, and some of them hide amazing details. I can never unsee this painting now without looking at the 6 brown pixels at the bottom. In the original version of the painting, they're actually a cute, fluffy little animal. Here's a little detail that's easy to miss. Want to create a lot of smoke? Campfires can make some, but it disappears before it can even get past the treetops. But if you put the campfire on top of a haystack, that smoke will rise 3 times higher. Skeletons have been in the game for well over a decade, but I bet you didn't notice how they've been holding their bow. It turns out that skeletons have an 11% chance of being left-handed and holding their bow in that left hand. This only applies to Java Edition though, as mobs in the Bedrock Edition cannot be left-handed. Have you ever wanted to press down a pressure plate and keep it down even when you're gone? Easy! Just use a picture frame. They technically count as an entity, so if you place one on a pressure plate next to a door and then step on that plate, the frame will keep it pressed down, even if you walk away. So as long as that entity exists, the door will be open and anyone can walk in. Come on in, everybody! Wait, not you, Johnny! I bet you'd love to have a rare and interesting banner in your home. Well, how about an impossible banner? Villager captain banners are impossible to make yourself. The only way to get one is to find a captain and steal it from him. Just don't be surprised when a golem thinks you're one of them and starts beating you up. Did you know that allays are immortal? They are immune to any attack from their owner, but what's crazy is that even indirect damage like TNT doesn't work. What about in creative mode? Every creature and block can be broken in creative, right? No! This probably makes them the most powerful creature in all of Minecraft. At one point, Mojang planned to add a red dragon? According to Jeb, this dragon was meant to hatch out of the Ender Dragon's egg. However, the idea was scrapped in 2014. But I don't believe that, so I'll be sitting on my dragon egg to keep it warm. This update will come any day now. I can feel it! This is really hurting my bum. How do chickens do it? The husks are a very interesting type of zombie, since they don't burn in the daylight. But did you know that if you trick them into water, you can actually turn them back into a regular zombie? Many people argue about where the best starting biome is for players. Well, it is actually the mushroom biome, which is one of the rarest biomes in the game. This is because you have unlimited food, mobs cannot spawn near you, and you can grow things to your heart's content. Withers are a terrifying enemy with their deadly projectiles, but there's actually a secret trick that Minecraft has been hiding. If you set up 4 armor stands around you, they will take the hit from the wither skulls, receiving very little damage and protecting you completely. The new skulk blocks spread quick, but secretly there's a special tag that decides what can change into skulk and what can't. It turns out slabs can't change. You can use them to write secret messages or act as markers among the spreading skulk. With 1.20 now here, the new deep dark biome brought a bunch of secrets. This includes making the gold hoe one of the best tools in the game. It breaks skulk blocks faster than any other tool. And add that to the fact that it has the longest melee reach of any weapon, and the hoe has become a necessary item in your inventory. Explosions can send things flying, but if you use it too much, something crazy can happen. If you set this up, you can fill the minecart with TNT and blast a mob across the world. But if it goes too far, too fast, it'll reach an unloaded chunk and stop dead in the air, frozen in space. It'll only fall when you head over to load the chunk. This speedy hack lets you mine out a large area of stone incredibly quickly so you can focus on making your underground base. All you have to do is put down some moss, use bone meal, and the moss replaces all the stone around it while leaving the precious metals like diamonds and iron. If you dig it out with a stone hoe, it goes almost immediately. Banners aren't just good to show your colors, they can imitate metal in this crazy hack. With the right designs and placement, banners can look like sheet metal, perfect for builds designed to look like big industrial machines. This huge building is watching! See, if you put this banner design behind the trapdoor, the sway animation on the banner will make it emerge outward, looking like it's opening and closing its eyes. This fancy chair has secret storage compartments filled with food, perfect for lazing around. The key is that the decorative layer is actually a traveler's llama. The llama itself has been turned invisible and has storage boxes attached to it. It's everything you need from a comfy chair. Did you know that you can tap into the ultimate power of the end crystal? This cool power generator design is built around an end crystal with stained glass to obscure or make it seem even more vibrant with power. Oxidized copper has an industrial yet sci-fi green color to really show its high tech. Just make sure you don't touch the... Did you know that you can use signs to hide secret messages without writing on them? They're a little taller than a block high, so you can put carpet on top of them and they poke through. Some people use this to make patterns, but you can use them to hide secret words and messages that most players will never notice. I bet you've always wanted a huge house plant, no? Well, too bad! If you put a lectern as the base of your plant and then build the greenery on top of that, then the stand of the lectern will have a thinner center. It breaks breaks up the shape of the plant for a really fashionable addition to the home. I bet my neighbor isn't as cool as this, huh? Oh. Our villager trades unfair to you? Then break the lectern, smash it to pieces, and then put a new one in. The villager loses their job and has to reapply. And when they do that, they get whole new trades. Wouldn't you like a trade? Make the trade and it will get locked in permanently for that villager. Have you got a pet zombie or skeleton? Pros know the best way to keep your undead army alive is by giving them hats. This blocks out the sunlight so they don't burn, even in a desert. Want to break tough walls? Well, pros know that if you grow a mushroom using bone meal, it will literally delete almost any block it grows into. Make sure it's not exposed to the sun though. The fastest way to make a big hole in the ground is a TNT duplicator. Keep this design high above the ground because it's going to be dropping TNT down and blowing up everything below it until you tell it to stop. One of the biggest mistakes Mojang has ever made is the exclusion of mobs that appeared in all the different mob votes. Mojang could add all of these mobs into each update and have it be an all-inclusive mob vote update, but instead they only ever decide to add one from a community vote that always seems unfair. Mojang, I did not want this! Speaking of missing updates, one mistake Mojang has still not corrected is fixing the end. The end is meant to be the final location in your Minecraft world. You beat the dragon, open a portal, and boom, you end up in this weird, barren wasteland. Since the Nether update, people have speculated about there being a similar update for the end. This is great, except that the Nether update was 3 years ago, and we still have nothing for the end. I feel like Mojang employees just do not want to give us these updates. One mob that we all miss is the OG zombie pigman. This is for a couple of reasons. Firstly, the zombie pigman was just a perfect enemy that really felt like it belonged in the Nether as a zombie counterpart, but introducing the piglins ruins that feeling. The thing that makes this an annoying mistake, however, is that they do not even drop rotten flesh anymore. Please, Mojang, bring this back! The next mistake was not entirely Mojang's fault. Since Microsoft bought Mojang, they have been trying to get Mojang accounts and Microsoft accounts linked. However, this proved to be massively hidden from people who perhaps use their parents' account, since there are now millions of Minecraft accounts that have been erased entirely from the earth. People often say that Minecraft doesn't feel as colorful as it used to. Well, in Snapshot 18W15A, if you mess with a new biome blend feature, you could turn your Minecraft world into a colorful fever dream. Just fly around and see blue leaves, pink grass, red rivers, and so much more. Honestly, can we have this back, please? There is a feature in older versions of Minecraft that Mojang actually regretted adding. People love playing Minecraft in different ways, and Minecraft Virtual Reality now has a huge player base. However, did you know you used to be able to play Minecraft with 3D glasses? Back in 1.12, there was a 3D anaglyph setting on Minecraft which would let you see the world in 3D. Yet, I have never actually met anyone who used this, so Mojang swiftly erased it from existence. If you suck at PvP, there is one way that you can absolutely destroy any server filled with good PvPers, and all it takes is some potions. By brewing various invisibility potions and some harming 2 potions, you can easily kill your foes. But there are a couple of things you need to remember. First of all, you need to ensure while you are invisible, you walk and not sprint. This prevents any sound from being heard by your opponent. Then you want to make sure you hit at least 3 of the harming 2 potions on your foe, as this will do 18 hearts of damage. From there, you just hit them with a powerful sword a couple of times, and you have killed just about any good PvP player, unless they have a totem. This one does very heavily rely on the element of surprise. The ground is alive! Well, it looks like it anyways. Your trick is that the black blocks are higher up from the ground than the pink underlay, and are a few blocks tall. The perspective changes as you move, and glimpses of the pink can be seen peeking out from a flash of color. It's so distracting, you'll forget about all your problems. This house holds a massive secret. It looks like an ordinary basic Minecraft home, until you get a little closer and see that it's actually absolutely enormous. Each pixel is its own individual block, placed one by hand, until a whole block is created. Then it's copy and pasted to craft this house. Make your move speed extra fast to give the impression that this is a normal size house and you fly into it. Hopefully no giants live here. Oh God! Morning. This treehouse has the most bizarre staircase ever. If you ever want to make a natural-looking staircase, use trapdoors and slabs. This lets the staircase blend into the natural environment surrounding it. However, it does make the staircase slightly unbearable to climb. Armor stands are boring! However, I found a way to build an awesome base defense mechanism. By using a number of different blocks, you can build these amazing-looking statues to defend your house from any unwanted invaders. They are certainly a lot more imposing than anything else I've ever seen. Tables are kind of boring within Minecraft. You can either have this fence with a pressure plate on top, or this one. However, there is one way to build a table for your dining room that breaks the rules. Simply use trapdoors instead. This still makes the table look normal, but does not make it too big. What a lovely design. Starting out on any Minecraft world can be tough. However, did you know that technically every house you build breaks the rules? According to the official Minecraft handbook, your first house should always look like this. You are kidding, right, Mojang? I have been in this world for years and I still live in a rectangular wooden box. TNT is incredibly identifiable, so I wanted to prank my friends with this bomb build hack. By using one of the newest blocks in Minecraft, the pot, and a candle, you can make this realistic looking bomb. But thankfully, this isn't actually explosive. It takes 2.5 minutes for your hunger to run out once you start sprinting. But what if I told you that you could run forever? All you have to do is hit an entity after you start sprinting and your hunger will never run out. Why did Mojang patch this? I'm gonna show you a magic trick by making all of these mobs disappear. Unfortunately, this magic was a lie, just like when my mom said she loves me. Anyways, you can do the exact same thing by propelling yourself into the sky with elytra and fireworks. The best part is that this works in every single dimension, including the nether. Put traps in XP farms. Nearly every server has one, so why not put a sensor beside it? So when someone comes for some valuable XP, the whole thing breaks open, and they're overwhelmed and violent mobs hell-bent on revenge. Most servers ban you for making holes to the void, where people fall in and die. But what's worse is making someone fall to the void and catch them on a boat hanging in the void. They'll struggle to get back up, but they won't want to die and lose their items either. Make a wither in the server owner's house. Those withers can absolutely destroy almost any block in the game. So unsurprisingly, it's one of the fastest ways to wreak havoc and destroy all the hard work that the server owner has put in their beautiful home. It's common sense to chop down a whole tree rather than leaving it unfinished. But who needs common sense? Why not just keep chopping trees and leaving them all with just one block left? The world will be filled with these floating packs of leaves that will stay there forever. Another error that Mojang made has been in the game now for nearly 10 years. Prior to this year's 1.20 update, Minecraft had a bug that was left in the game. When you take damage, your character will flinch to the left. But this is not how the damage wobble is meant to work. You are actually meant to flinch in the opposite direction of where the damage came from, and this glitch had been in the game for over 10 years. Diamonds are not the rarest ore in Minecraft. The rarest ore in Minecraft is, of course, deep slate coal. Well, deep slate coal is very hard to find, as coal tends to spawn at much higher levels than deep slate. I never thought coal would be a rare resource. There is only one thing worse than a zombie with a weapon. A zombie with 2 weapons! Or actually 2 pieces of armor in this case. Because of a bug in 1.8.9, all mobs that could wear armor began holding it in their hands instead. But the weirdest part is that they would only hold leggings and boots. Wait, so does that mean they don't have pants on? The skeleton just got a million times scarier. You've never paid attention to this, but there is something horribly wrong about buried treasure chests. For starters, they generate at chunk coordinates 9 on both the Z and X coordinates. However, the weirdest part is that you'll always find them facing towards the east. I'm never gonna be able to unsee this. The next time you decide to use Riptide without an elytra, you might want to think again. This is because fall damage stacks up for all the time that you're in the air, meaning no matter how softly you land, you're gonna be unaliving yourself in seconds. What's the most horrifying mob in the game? The Warden, Ender Dragon, or even Enderman? Nope, it's parrots. On the surface, they might seem innocent, but in reality, they're beasts. For starters, parrots in Minecraft are coded to gather around every mob they see because Mojang thought it would be close to their real-life nature. Yeah, maybe Jeb should be surrounded by 1,000 dancing parrots and then decide whether that's fun. It is so creepy! Stop staring at me! You might already know that any items you throw on a cactus get destroyed immediately. However, there is one block that can even make the almighty cactus seem harmless, and that is snow. Snow will never get destroyed when placed next to a cactus. So if you're really afraid of cacti, you can use this trick to have a cactus force field. Quick, where'd you get slime balls from? If you said slimes, that's boring! The real answer is pandas. Or more specifically, baby pandas have a 1 in 6,000 chance of sneezing every tick which randomly drops a slime ball. But Mojang decided to pay attention to the weirdest details since sick baby pandas actually have a larger 1 in 500 chance of sneezing up a slime ball. Look at this absolutely incredible lava ravine.
Mallow, why is it this ending?
Well, hold on and let me explain. This seed you see is caused by some weird world regeneration bug in Bedrock Edition. What's crazier is that it's not only the lava. Everything in this world repeats from lakes, oceans, grass, trees, and even blocks. This seed is so rare that there are only 2 of these in existence. One of Minecraft's most valuable objects is ender pearls. Unfortunately, getting them can prove to be quite difficult because of a certain someone. But I'll let you in on a secret. You can fix this problem in seconds. All you need to do is build a massive hole like so and build a tower right above it when you're in the end dimension. This should be at least 3 blocks high. This is because Endermen are roughly the same height as this, so once they fall in, they can't even touch you.
Oh, come here, you cutie.
Look, he's harmless.
I spoke too soon.
Look at how boring this armor looks. And look at it now. Did you see how much of a difference having an armor trim makes? And my personal favorites are the silence and water armor trims. But when it comes to looting them from ancient cities, my luck is straight up horrible.
No, stay away from me!
Anyway, there are a few things you can do to maximize both your loot and safety in ancient cities. One of these is always using a recovery compass to make sure that your loot is never lost and you can continue from where you left off. Blue axolotls have a very different chance of spawning naturally in the wild at a roughly 1 in 1,200 chance. But the reason this is so specific is for a really tragic reason. There are actually only 1,200 axolotls left in the world. So if you ever come across one of these, definitely make sure you report it to the authorities. When it comes to textures in Minecraft, most blocks and items will have a maximum of 7. But the compass, clock, and recovery compass are on an entirely different level, as these items have over 100 textures. This is because back before Minecraft Snapshot 13W02A, these items were actually procedurally generated, but it caused a surprising amount of lag, so it was just easier to give them more textures. Did you know that Minecraft actually changed the law in relation to what you can say on the internet? Early in 2023, someone said that they were going to kill someone within Minecraft, but it was taken as an actual threat in the real world. This actually ended up with the guy in court, before they decided that it was made in jest and the guy was let go without any repercussions. Eventually, this law was changed, and now it is a lot harder to get away with this. Did you know that the millionth purchase of Minecraft actually got a very exclusive item? A user by the name of AkronMan1 received a special cape alongside with his purchase of the game, which cemented his legacy as the millionth person to buy Minecraft. Let's hope he migrated his account. I was building the other day when I suddenly realized that this block is a directional version that I never noticed. Deep slates can actually be placed like logs with different directions. Am I the only one who didn't know this? This base is covered in lava. Clear it with sand and scaffolding. Make a square of sand with a blocked square of sand in the corner. Each block will sink down and delete the lava in that space. Fill up to the surface so you can walk on it, then delete the top block of that one extra sand in the corner. Replace it with scaffolding and right-click on it to fill the rest of the lava. The scaffolding doesn't burn and deletes the lava. Dig the sand block down and repeat the process until the base is revealed. If the base is in the air and you don't have elytra, make a man cannon instead. Put some obsidian around a ton of TNT and minecarts. If you have blast protection, a shield, and stand on a higher level than the TNT, you can survive and still get launched way into the air. Hit yourself with punch arrows and you can get real distance onto that floating building. Check out this book I have. Oh wait, no, it's actually a leather cap. See, the new leather trims that came in with 1.20 lets you use armor trims to customize your look. This particular trim makes it look almost exactly like the books the librarians wear on their head. Speaking of leather armor, did you know that you can dye your armor multiple times to get slightly different shades? Use enough dye and you have access to all 16.17 million possible colors in Minecraft. Now I can't look at boring regular leather armor without seeing all the colors it could be. Sniffers are like big puppies. Seriously, they're actually based somewhat on corgis. Their dig animation has them splay out their legs, which dogs do, particularly corgis, and their hearts all need to lie down. Lying down like this is officially called a sploot. I bet you didn't know that black carpet makes multicolored particles when you walk on it. Well, actually, it doesn't, but it does actually make particles from the block that's underneath. You can fill a room with multicolored wool blocks and then place a carpet on top, so that anytime someone walks on it, their feet kick up flashes of bright color, livening up any room you want. Finally, my spooky black void room isn't so drab. I bet you'd love to have your own bunny rabbit, but be careful with that carrot. Rabbits have a hop animation that launches them forward and sometimes doesn't take into account what they're hopping over. Countless players have lost rabbits as they leap into lava or off huge cliffs. Well, nobody said Minecraft bunnies were smart creatures. Stupid bunnies. Oh, hey, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. We all know how to be safe in Minecraft, but did you know Minecraft tried to tell us how to be safe in real life too? During the height of the pandemic, Mojang added extra splash screen text telling players, wash your hands. It certainly worked on me. I washed my hands all the time back then. Thankfully, that's all over, and I don't wash my hands anymore. Anyway, got any good trades? Remember the Farlands? You can't get to them now as they've been blocked off with end-of-world barriers, but back before beta 1.8, you could go so far from spawn that the world fell apart. Numbers became impossible, and infinity became reality. You'd fall through the world as the fabric of reality tore itself apart. That sounds too scary for me. Good thing there's nothing scary in modern Minecraft. Minecraft used to spawn you with every item in the game. You would start in a place called Indev House, made of mossy cobblestone, full of chests with every block and item in the game. free to use at your leisure. But once the survival testing began, humanity was cast out into the cold and the dark. I'm sorry, Mojang, what did we do to deserve this? Aside from writing swear words out of diamond blocks. Potion making used to be easy! Just fill a cauldron with water, slap in some ingredients, and scoop out a bunch with a bottle. Voila! Instant potions ready to use. Now we have to use a brewing stand with its blaze powder and its spiral tubes. Why can't I brew potions like a wicked witch in a hut cursing children with invisibility? Instead I have to act like a hipster brewing homebrew drinks that nobody wants. This weird glitch lets you land safely from any height, even in the nether. It doesn't use any water, just powdered snow under a carpet. It slows you to a stop with no damage at all, and it works in the nether too. You can actually walk through walls with this secret ender pearl exploit. Pearls can actually teleport you into the wall, and by walking forward, you'll come out on the other side. You'll take damage from the pearl, but if you have enough health, you can sneak anywhere without breaking a single block. But if you want to know how to see through walls wherever you want, this glitch requires a speed 2 potion and your FOV set to Quake Pro. Then if you run along the wall, you'll be able to see on the other side, showing all kinds of hidden secrets. Placing lava underwater is illegal, but you can actually make your own underwater lava trap just by using a cauldron filled with lava instead. Use this for a lava trap your friends would never expect. This genius hack lets you recreate the nether in the overworld, including totally not zombified piglins. To do this, you simply replace regular dirt with blocks and entities from the nether. But piglins zombify in the overworld, so disguise that with a piglin head forced onto them using a dispenser. Include some armor and weapons to hide the rest of their body too. If you want to hide your valuables, don't put them on a chest out in the open. Hide a barrel behind that chest, and you can still access it without people noticing it's there. I bet you've never seen a chicken coop more realistic than this. The chickens even lay eggs in real nests. Put water in a little pit with a wood slab in it. Add a picture frame with an egg attached, and then place a horn coral fan. The water keeps the coral alive and looking like a straw nest. Build a coop around it and fill it with chickens. Now that's realistic. Oh no, too real! Too real! A frozen Steve in ice, and won't let him go until I'm put in the Minecraft movie! Okay, it's not actually Steve. It's an armor stand with a full set of armor and Steve's head. Use pistons to push ice into Steve, encasing him completely. Now shh. The movie studio doesn't know it's fake. Put me in the Oh, I'm sorry, it's fake. I didn't mean it! Imagine a mob in Minecraft that was larger than the Ender Dragon, Wither, and the Warden combined. Well, this is the Whale, a huge behemoth of a mob that would have just added some diversity to the deep oceans. This would have been a really cool addition for the oceans, as it would have given them a bit more exploration, similar to games like Subnautica. However, I can understand Mojang not wanting to teach kids to hunt whales. Armadillos are a cool addition to Minecraft and all, but honestly, I wanted the penguin. The penguin would have been another mob that could have been found in ice-related biomes, which at the moment only have one mob, being the polar bear. I just think the penguin would have been a far better addition for diversifying the game, as opposed to the armadillo. Plus, Dark Armor is a stupid addition. You can't stop me! This next mob has technically been in the game for years now, but never in survival mode. The giant has been a feature in Minecraft for ages, but it was never given any AI or spawning capabilities outside of using console commands. Imagine adding the giant in full to the game. How cool would that be? If you thought phantoms were annoying in Java Edition, just wait for this next feature exclusive to Bedrock Edition. In both versions of Minecraft, the phantoms do different amounts of damage. In Bedrock, the phantom will do 2 hearts of damage on easy, 3 hearts on normal, and 4.5 hearts on hard mode. Now compare this to the Java Edition where they do 1.5 hearts on hard mode, and you will realize that the Bedrock Edition makes these annoying flying bugs even more irritating. Maybe I should sleep before I leave. I'm terrified of these things. I love building automatic farms in Minecraft. However, one crop you cannot easily farm in Java Edition is sugarcane. There is no way you can grow sugarcane manually. However, Bedrock Edition gave players the ability to bone meal sugarcane, meaning you can easily farm a lot of sugar. This has made farming sugarcane so much easier. Have you ever found a horse that you love and are desperate to kit it out with some armor, but you look everywhere for it and cannot find any? Well, in Bedrock Edition, you can actually craft leather horse armor. Again, another immensely useful feature that really should be in both versions. Ah, horsey! Bedrock has some major issues with world generation, and one of these is the Stripe Land. This immensely buggy, almost void-like glitch can only be found when you travel over 16 million blocks away, which is very far when you're playing on Bedrock. Just gotta keep going! Get a pumpkin or melon farm and use that to get emeralds like a pro. The villagers love that stuff and will give you an emerald for pretty cheap. You can then use those emeralds to buy all sorts of things in return. It's so easy to get lost in the caves and tunnels, and making signs and landmarks every few steps can be tiresome. Just place torches on the right side as you walk. Then when you want to go back, keep the torches on the left side and you'll go straight back the way you came. Press F3 to know there's a bastion nearby like a pro. A debug screen shows how many entities are on screen, but this includes entities that are hidden behind walls. If you make your FOV real small and look around in the nether, a high number of entities clustered together will probably be a bastion. When Minecraft was still being developed, Mojang did not have any in-game commands to summon items or mobs. So what they would do was code a Minecraft player to have loads of items. The mistake with this, however, came from one of Minecraft's developers. Jeb came forward to tell the public how there was a bad glitch where players would spawn in with hundreds of new items simply because they forgot to remove the code. Jeb said that this even led to them creating a release document that said, "Remember to remove all the debug items." One hilarious mistake Mojang made came while creating the squid mob. Back when Minecraft was just a small indie game, the developers were struggling to code in the squid. Since they did not entirely understand how the system worked, they decided to copy the cow and just mess around with it. Copying a cow, however, led to squids being able to be milked, meaning that for a time, squid milk was actually a thing in Minecraft. Sometimes though, all you need to destroy a server is an old classic, a boatload of TNT. Because of the way TNT works in Minecraft, by being all of a block, entity, and falling entity, if you place and detonate enough TNT, you can break just about any server. So let's give it a try. Okay, just gotta place some TNT here, then just fill this all in and voila! This is gonna be way more than enough. Okay, here we go. Whoa, no way! Oh no, my PC is starting to struggle. And there goes the server. See, just having enough TNT can truly destroy a Minecraft server without any commands and any gimmicks. It just takes a lot of gunpowder. The way Minecraft is coded actually makes it one of the buggiest games in the industry. But more often than not, these bugs are gonna be incredibly hard to find. However, one of the most well-known bugs in Minecraft comes with getting onto the nether roof, and this can break a Minecraft server with a little bit of tricking your friends. If you manage to trick one of your friends to follow you onto the nether roof, you can actually get them stuck up there. This breaks a Minecraft server because you will be the only person capable of surviving. Numbers are easy to make in Minecraft. Even my grandma could do it, but I bet she couldn't make a number do this. Smart placement of blocks can make a shape change depending on where you stand. This one even changes whole words into something completely different. Eat it, Grandma! I'm better at Minecraft than you! I'm kidding, I'm sorry, Grandma, I didn't mean it, don't hurt me. This spinning fan is actually not moving at all. It's a single still image made of spaced out black lines, and the spaced out bars in front of it only show some, while hiding the others. As the bars move, other lines are shown, creating an animation that looks like it's a spinning fan. It's an actual working cartoon in Minecraft. Take that, Disney! Hi! Can you see the illusion in these 3D letters? The illusion is that they're not 3D at all. It's flat. It's a trick of color where shading objects with a darker color makes it look like light isn't hitting it. It makes your brain think those darker parts are further back, blocked from the sun by the letters. It's an illusion of shape that can work on any image at all. That's how I trick my brain into thinking my girlfriend is real. There is nothing better than a nice relaxing bath after an immensely stressful day, and now you can have one of these in your house. All you have to do is use stairs, slabs, some water, and a minecart, and you can create this relaxing looking bath. Time to kick back. Wow, too hot! I love building houses with a nice medieval aesthetic, and one thing every medieval house needs is a well. And thanks to this rule-breaking Minecraft build, you can create the illusion of a bucket going into a well. This is very satisfying to look at. There are no food items I can have on display in my house, so I found out that thanks to this neat little trick, you can make different kinds of fruit barrels. By using different coral blocks surrounded by spruce trapdoors, you can make a blueberry barrel, an apple or berry barrel, and a banana barrel? Sponge barrel? Some kind of yellow fruit barrel. Are you a fan of mining but hate the long and difficult journey down into your mine? Well then, build this compact staircase. This staircase has two amazing designs that will make your life so much easier. Simply place a trapdoor at the top and then go down to the bottom of your staircase and place a block of water. By doing this, you have a quick way down by dropping into the water, and you also have an easy way to come up when you are finished in the mines. In the upcoming release of Minecraft 1.21, we are going to be getting a really cool new functional block called the Crafter. And believe it or not, this block can be used to make some really cool designs, such as this really cool looking wall trim. And the best part is, you can expand on this design simply by making sure that the crafters are fully operational. Talk about function and beauty. Zombified piglins are the most annoying mob to deal with in the game, mainly because you get an army of them chasing you even if you hit one accidentally. The fix for this is surprisingly easy though. All that's required is a weapon strong enough to one-shot the piglins. Even if it's a stone axe with smite 5, it'll do the job. But if you're a real baller, you could even use the netherite sword. Curing villagers can be an incredibly boring and tedious task, but with this technique, you can cure them all the while you abuse heal them. This is possible if you enchant a crossbow with piercing 4 and use a tipped arrow of weakness. While you might feel inhumane doing this, it's much better than the old-fashioned way of using weakness potions. Plus, the arrow can be reused as many times as you want. You might already know that fireworks make you go as fast as Sonic on an elytra. But if you want to troll your friends, give them a firework star since it looks exactly like a normal firework and deals damage too. Maybe you'll even see them light up the night sky with their body. It's time you stop using diamonds to craft items directly. Ever since the 1.20.2 update, diamonds are now 65% more common, which means finding them is gonna be really easy. We can leverage this to trade with toolsmiths to get emeralds and then use these to buy tools. More often than not, the tools you buy will already come enchanted, which saves you a ton of suffering rather than if you made it normally. This is one of my most favorite strategies to ever exist. Most players already know that Endermen are 3 blocks tall and can easily be trapped. But did you know the same applies to wither skeletons? They are 2.4 blocks tall, meaning if you place blocks at exactly the right position, you can now become a skeleton killing machine. Play on the side of the hostile mobs. You can throw armor at mobs and they'll wear it. Steal armor from the other players and keep giving it to the enemies to make them an unstoppable force. It is illegal to sell or buy accounts to other players, so why not tell everyone you're doing just that as much as possible until someone runs off to tell Mojang what an evil person you are. Duping items is an incredibly difficult thing to do on a server because all the item information is kept on a server's computer, but some places have exploitable weaknesses. A server that has its own spawn and teleport system can be tricked into dropping your items at the same time that you spawn, so the items are dropped, but also kept on your hotbar at the same time. It's an immediate bannable offense. Armor has not changed much since Minecraft's release, besides the addition of netherite and armor trims, but I bet you don't know that there was an entire set of armor that was deleted from the game. Originally, in between leather armor and chainmail armor, we had the studded armor. This was kind of like clay mixed with chainmail that had less durability than chainmail, and to this day, we still don't know why it was removed. Observers nowadays have hilarious little faces to show which side is looking at blocks, but it was not always this way. Observers used to have 2 sides which were both sensors, but everyone found it too confusing, including Mojang developer Jeb, who chose to just add a face. I can't tell you the amount of times I've missed out on a shipwreck because of not being able to see through the damn ocean. However, this is easily fixable with a little bit of help. Back in 1.19, if you set your camera at just the right angle on the water surface, you could see through the entire ocean and find anything on the seabed.
But Mallow, isn't this technically X-ray? What else did you expect, nerd?
You will never believe where the sound design for gas came from. Everyone's favorite Minecraft songmaker, C418, had a cat that often made disturbed noises while it slept. But during the development phase, he thought that these noises would be the perfect tracks to use for the gas. No wonder they seem so disturbing. For years, Mojang has been fixing thousands of bugs, but there is one that is detrimental to the entire game. What is it, you might ask? Cookies don't have sugar in their crafting recipe! I would actually be better off eating cement-laced with TNT gunpowder than cookies without sugar. Is that even a cookie at that point? For this one, I want you to look at the sun very closely. Hey, no, not in real life! Not just some crazy ideas back in the day. From a red dragon to a sky dimension, there was one change that was so weird, no one could have guessed why it was even implemented. I'm talking about Notch's decision to make the sun round. In fact, he did exactly that for one beta pre-release. Weird decision for a game based on literal cubes. In Minecraft 1.13 pre-6, there was a super rare bug where you could get 3 chests with a single double chest. That might sound crazy, but hear me out. This glitch only happened in woodland mansions when a double chest spawned on a chunk boundary. Because of some weird game mechanics, the chest would get split into 2 sides, one that acted like a double chest and one that was a single chest. To date, there are only a total of 3 known seeds where this happened. This bug should have stayed! Most Minecraft players nowadays play on Java Edition, but there is a hidden feature within Bedrock Edition that desperately needs to come to Java Edition. In the Bedrock version of Minecraft, the Fire Aspect enchantment has such a useful feature. Fire Aspect can actually light blocks like TNT, campfires, and candles. I would love this in my world, but I know I would accidentally light my house on fire or something. The Sniffler is the newest addition to Minecraft, with the ability to find some incredibly rare flowers for your world. But did you know that the baby version of the Sniffler actually has its own name? The Snifflet is the baby version's name, and I just love this name and want to have 1,000 of them. Minecraft has had some real attention to detail during their lifespan, but this next Minecraft secret is actually quite surprising, as the skeleton has a very specific chance to be left-handed. In Minecraft, most mobs will carry items or weapons in their right hand. However, the skeleton has an 11% chance to carry its bow in its left hand, mirroring the amount of people in the world who are actually left-handed. I am very impressed. Minecraft blocks will have a set rotation, but back in the beta version of Bedrock 1.16, Mojang were trying to figure out a way to give servers certain blocks a different rotation. The texture of copper ore in particular had a chance to be randomly rotated, but for some reason this was eventually scrapped. Anyone who has played a lot of Minecraft will know that a tick refers to every moment Minecraft is processing. However, did you know that there is a difference between a redstone tick and a Minecraft tick? One Minecraft tick is roughly 1/5 of a second, however, a redstone tick is 1/10 of a second. Unfortunately, I'm not smart enough to tell you why this is though. The elytra may actually be the most over-designed item in Minecraft. Elytra, while yes, technically wings are not actually used for flying, they work as a shell for a phantom's wings that the players then use to fly. Does this mean that once upon a time, phantoms existed within the end? Gosh, I hate them enough in the overworld. I don't want to deal with them in the end. A secret base can be hidden underwater, and it can be very hard to see. The easiest way to find it is to get in a boat and do this weird vision trick. When in the boat on the water, if you go into third-person view, you can angle the camera to just about touch the water surface. The vision will glitch and show you everything under the water without that underwater filter, making any odd structure or entity easy to find. Watch out for pitfall traps. If the floor disappears under you and the trap is revealed, do this crazy flying glitch. To do it, have the game in windowed mode, and when the floor falls away, right-click on the window bar at the top. You'll freeze in the air. You'll need a fellow home invader with you to put a block under you. So when you click on the game to unfreeze, you'll land safe and sound. Trap avoided! Wouldn't it be great to transport a hoglin wherever you want, quick and easy? The problem people find is that you can't fit them in boats, right? Wrong! They can, as long as they're small enough. Baby hoglins fit in boats just fine, so you can row them all the way to wherever you want. They can even grow up inside those boats, so just bring them to the overworld and petrify your friend! Everyone loves their skins, but there's one detail that could ruin every skin forever! Press F5 and pan your camera to get up close to you, and you'll see that your torso is offset from your legs by a single pixel. It's totally misaligned, and it's the same no matter what skin you wear. This is to stop the textures of both bars from merging and flickering from a glitch known as Z-fighting. But it's driving me crazy! Make it stop! Did you know that the sun and moon are actually always round? They rotate around the Earth as you'd expect, but the color of the sky actually isn't tied to them. So if you look down below the world while it's night, you'll see the sun still shining in the dark. This is most obvious when you play a mod like Skyblock. This weird detail has been staring you in the face for years! What's wrong with this image? The helmet! For as long as helmets have been in the game, they have had this icon in your inventory. But when you wear them, they look completely different. Did you know at one point Steve was removed from Minecraft? Well, sort of. You see, these strange creatures look like a normal player, but behind the eyes, there's a hollow nothingness. They walk in circles, jump randomly, and pass through water like it's nothing at all. What do they want? Have they come to replace me? At least now I won't be so lonely. Have you seen this girl? Probably not. She hasn't been in Minecraft for over a decade. Ever since a developer called Doc left the Mojang team, he had made a bunch of characters, including Rana, the first character to make human pain sounds. She had animations but never used them, instead sliding around with arms outstretched like a human armor stand. Plus, with her limited AI, if you put too many in one place, they would fall off cliffs and die. This mob has no skin at all. Tucha was a character with no face, a blank white design, and had no mouth, so it can't scream. It was probably used to test mob spawning and similar mechanics, but it was removed in 1.2.1_01. I guess I could try to be its friend, but something tells me it's not one for conversation. The Warden is one of the toughest enemies in the game, but you can ignore it completely by just using wool. If the Warden is spawning, cover it in wool blocks deafens any sound and blocks his view, so it can't see or hear you. Hide secret frogs in little crevices by placing down a mesh of holes. The frogs are so small that they can fall right in, and no amount of hopping will let them out again. This illegal entrance is completely invisible and only 1 block tall. Normally, you would need a trapdoor to get low enough to enter this hole, but a trident actually lets you do the same thing. And if you use a custom map to cover the hole, it's basically invisible. You can create a wood house filled with lava. That's totally safe. Barrels don't burn in lava, and they're also the size and function of a full block, so you can use them as part of the wall construction. Add a lava lake to freak out your friends because they will not burn. Another way to hide things is with a smoke screen. Put a secret stone above a campfire and the smoke will billow up, disguising the gray button with the gray clouds so that nobody will know it's even there. Use it to hide a secret base entrance. Hide a lever using a dirt path. They're a pixel shorter than regular dirt blocks, and so make a 1 pixel gap when set against them. You can hide anything down in that space, including a lever for a secret entrance that's almost invisible. Have you ever seen meat this big? This mangrove block is red on the inside. Put it above a campfire, connected with lightning rods to a stone fence so it looks like it's spit roasting. Add end rods to look like bones sticking out. Oh, it looks so delicious. I'm gonna take a bite. Ow! Ew, it tastes like wood! This super slim ladder can fit in any home. You can actually put the ladders on the side of a trapdoor. But this hack stuck them on top of each other all the way to the ceiling for an extra slim ladder. Just don't use the door when I'm on it, okay? This spooky hack lets you make a world full of dead trees and wilting grass. The tree trunks are made with fence posts, and the leaves are mangrove roots. The grass isn't grass, it's podzol. See? It's all fake! There's nothing dead here! A stained glass block with a trapdoor on top and a tripwire hook on the front looks just like a lemonade dispenser. Build a lemonade stand around that, with plant pots for cups to look super convincing.
Oh, selling lemonade on my turf, are ya? Nobody sells on Big J's turf!
For a long time, caves were boring until Minecraft introduced the Caves and Cliffs update. But, to me at least, caves have once again become a bit dull. However, I believe that this next mob could change that. This is the Ghost Miner, a mob that Minecraft actually considered adding for quite a while into the game. These Ghost Miners would have been found underground and could have brought you to secret loot, dungeons, or even ancient cities, meaning this would have been arguably the most useful passive mob in existence. They could have also added a corrupted version for the ancient cities that were hostile. Since it did not make footsteps, it wouldn't have alerted the warden, but you attacking it could have. We have polar bears in Minecraft, and we have pandas in Minecraft, so why do we not have variants of bears for forests? The obvious choice would be to add in bears like the grizzly bear or the black bear, but there are so many more options that could be added. Well, I do actually know the reason these weren't added. Since polar bears and pandas are incredibly hard to find, Mojang do not need to worry about people going up to these animals thinking they are safe. However, grizzlies and black bears are actually relatively easy to find in real life. But I'll be honest, Mojang is really overthinking this one. Everyone knows that you need a pickaxe to mine blocks like stone and obsidian, and this is also the case for all the blocks that can be crafted by using these blocks. Well, not exactly. Since the Bedrock Edition, you can actually mine a furnace and an enchantment table without a pickaxe. You literally just need to punch it with your fist. Oh, my hand! I need a doctor. Sometimes you just want to watch the world burn, and the best way to do that is by messing with the villagers. You wait for them to go to sleep, and then you start to mess with their village and them. However, did you know that these villagers are tougher than they may look? Since in Bedrock Edition, dropping an anvil on a villager's head while they sleep will do no damage. So you should really think twice before you try to troll these land-dwelling Squidwards. Get efficient! Pros love efficiency, and if your pick doesn't have mending or unbreaking, then they'll love it too. Have a central hub with your chest where you start mining from. Then mine out in branches, 3 blocks apart from each other. Most ore veins are big enough that those branches will expose them as you mine. You might have heard that one before, but pros know about new tech that recently got added to the game. Use a trapdoor to force yourself to crawl into a 1-block space. Now you only need to mine that 1-block space in front of you, crawling forward as you go. It's way easier and faster. Climb mountains with speed by using water buckets to scale cliffs. You can pour water many blocks above your head and climb up that rather than digging and jumping your way up there. Personally, I think dogs in Minecraft need more customization. Yes, I know they are adding the wolf armor in the next update, but I want to dream bigger. In the Bedrock Edition of Minecraft, there was a hilarious glitch that would actually let you dye the entire dog. Ugh, why did they need to have more dogs? Oh no! I'm gonna die in this lava! Well, actually, no. As I have an expert way to get out of this certain death situation. If you are burning in lava, quit the game and then relog. When you log back in, you will actually have 3 seconds of complete invincibility. But be warned, it won't get rid of the burning, so you may still burn to a crisp once you get out. Villages are a staple part of Minecraft, needed for everything from exploiting the trade market to summoning their iron protectors just for them to burn in your iron farm. However, when villagers were first added, they were only meant to spawn in the plains biome. But one mistake within Minecraft's code had them spawning in the ocean and having really nice wooden paths. Mojang realized the mistake and panicked, thinking of how to deal with it. So they decided to make it a feature instead. Yeah, it's now a feature, not a mistake. There is a secret item in Minecraft that Mojang really does not want you to know about. Certain blocks in Minecraft are unattainable without the use of commands. The command blocks, barriers, and this elusive item, the debug stick. This was actually introduced as Mojang kept adding blocks to the game that were becoming buggier and buggier. Hitting a block with this stick will actually change the state of a block. And the funniest part, this mistake is meant to fix other mistakes! No! This guy's gonna steal my diamonds! Quick, quick! Wait, what's in this chest? Oh, it's scaffolding! I can use this! I just have to place scaffolding like this, and then spam clicking, and then I can get away! Yes! This mistake is something that Minecraft seriously needs to remove, as it can be very overpowered wild in these manhunt situations, but it is very fun to do. This weird secret will let you have a pet chicken without having to deal with any eggs filling up your space. The trick is to find a chicken that spawned with a zombie on top. Those chickens never lay eggs, and so they work perfectly as a pet. They're way better than dogs too. This secret lets you drop from high places without using water, so your friends will be super confused how you survived. Berry bushes actually catch you when you fall from any height, and baby berry bushes don't even hurt you, allowing you to escape completely untouched. The new skulk vein can look pretty weird, but if you put it in on a diamond block, it actually looks like a color swap of magma blocks that you can use for mind-bending patterns. This secret to getting dragon's breath is really dangerous. If you go right up to the ender dragon's mouth, you can get the breath directly. It's difficult, but way faster than just picking it up off the floor. Here's a cool hack for storage space and style. Putting barrels at the head of your bed gives a look of a headboard, and that will be stylish in most homes. Plus, since they're barrels, you can put your valuables in there. Trees can look great, but this lets you decide how they grow. If you want it tall with no leaves pushing out until it's above your house, put blocks around your sapling up to the height you want. It'll grow into that shape just like a real tree. Herd your animals with speed with this dangerous hack. Put a block of water in their habitat so if they escape, you can set them on fire. They'll run back to the water, and you can close the gate on them with no hassle at all. This secret hack's been around for as long as you could till dirt, but it rarely gets used. Till dirt doesn't carry redstone signals, while regular dirt does. When you till the dirt, it breaks the signal and can activate a secret door. Awesome hidden trap to spring on your farming friends. I'm bouncing on a real working trampoline. It's standing on wooden fence posts, has a ladder up to the bouncy slime blocks covered with carpet, and surrounded in colorful blocks for a frame. The net around the trampoline is made using chains and rods to create structure just like a real trampoline. Now, check how high I could jump. This is the smallest Minecraft house with everything you could need. The walls are trapdoors. There's a furnace and crafting table in the ground, and a bed on top of them. 2 blocks deep, you put some water with a single block farm on top. There's a chest in the ground and a loom beside that. With trapdoors on top, you have a single block of space to crawl around in and access everything. No, my entire home is gone! Chickens are already in Minecraft, and they are fine. But we want yet another feather friend added to the game, as once upon a time, Mojang were toying around with adding ducks into Minecraft. Ducks would have been an aquatic reskin of chickens that could swim, lay eggs, and occasionally give duck feathers. Unfortunately though, Mojang thought that ducks were not a great mob to be added. Ah, duck! Excuse my language. Did you know that you can tame and ride a mob in nearly every biome? Horses can be used in just about any overworld biome. The strider is the same within the nether, and I suppose you can use a pig in either, if you're not in a hurry. But there is only one overworld biome that you cannot tame and ride a mob in yet, and that is, of course, the ocean, and this is for a very specific reason. Once upon a time, Mojang wanted to make dolphins tameable and rideable, and this was also going to be used to make underwater drowned jockeys where you would have saved the dolphin from its fate. However, this idea clearly was not enough for Mojang, as it was scrapped. One of the most terrifying animals from the deep blue is of course sharks, and people have been begging for sharks in Minecraft for years. However, their absence has been explained a lot by Mojang. Since Mojang do not want sharks to be entirely hostile, they would be passive until attacked, meaning that to get attacked by a shark, you would have to go looking for one. Mojang was reluctant to teach its player base to go looking for sharks in real life, and in order to maintain their age ratings across the world, they would not add in shark hunting to the game. Mojang has said they would never add this mob. However, once upon a time, they said the horse would not be added. So one day maybe. The Elder Guardian is a little bit underwhelming, and that is why this next mob has been requested a lot by the fans. To give some context, when the Elder Guardian was added, people were surprised at how easy the boss actually was. People were hoping that it would be a boss akin to the Wither or Ender Dragon, and that is why the ocean needs a new boss. The ideal candidate for this is of course the Kraken, a deep-sea squid that would attack players with its giant tentacles. And your spoils of war would of course be some delicious calamari. Yummy. Books are immensely useful in both versions of the game. You can leave funny notes for your friends, blackmail villagers, and sometimes even completely destroy a server. Books have truly infinite possibilities. However, Bedrock Edition doubles the usefulness of these books, since whenever you open up a book in Bedrock Edition, it will have 2 pages! Tridents are one of the most fun weapons within Minecraft, not only being able to launch you into the sky, but also being able to summon lightning strikes against your enemies. But why can they not be fired out of dispensers? Well, actually they can, just not in Java. Since in the Bedrock edition of Minecraft, you can fire these weapons out of dispensers at light speed. Take that, zombies! Did you know that Bedrock is actually a harder game? Well, sort of, since in Bedrock edition, your chance of finding various structures, items, and generations are considerably lower than in Java. For example, jungle pyramids in Java have a 42% chance of spawning in a jungle. However, in Bedrock, that chance is only 21%. This feels a bit unfair. Some people have a fear known as leporiphobia, also known as the fear of rabbits. And if you have this fear, then you should probably look away now, since in Minecraft Bedrock Edition, there is actually a giant rabbit! By typing this command, you can actually summon a rabbit that is considerably larger than any other rabbits within Minecraft. You can use water buckets to break your fall, but if you're in the nether and water isn't available, use powdered snow instead. In fact, if you lay powdered snow beforehand and lay a carpet over it, you can drop from any distance and you'll be completely safe. All the pros know that if you need dry sponge in a hurry, just hop into the nether and place it down. It dries instantly, way faster than using a furnace.